husky. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here. It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes Say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here. It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school, need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning.
All right, y'all know what to do. It is that time. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We gonna go ahead and get right into it. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. It's good to see y'all up in here. I see some ones in the chat. I see y'all ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Happy Tuesday morning. Some people. Hopefully y'all are doing well. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I think we're good. I see some ones in the chat, so we are ready to rock and roll. Let me make sure we're looking all nice. Ooh-wee. Hopefully the sound is good too. We looking all crispy and clean on the screen. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com. Today we got more YSL trial for you. You saw the title of the video. Boy, Miss Love got cooked yesterday. Absolutely cooked. So we're going to see if the struggles continue or she's going to be able to recover. Watch some of the trial that's already underway, and it looks like it's not looking great for her. So we're going to go ahead and get into it and see what's going on. Let me say what's up to the people, though, before we get started. Shout out to the amazing Amy up in here. always showing support and showing love. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you being here. We've got Krisha here. Stephanie's in the building. We've got Kimberly, Lindsay in here bright and early. And thank you, Kimberly, for gifting those memberships yesterday too. Ann is in the building. We've got Ronald, Walter, Young Dreads, Focus, S. Raymond, Valencia, 904. Shout out to the 904. Nick is in here. We got Gwen, Savi, Daryl, Jay. Oh my gosh. The Honorable Attorney Kel Bell is in the building. Good to see you in here as always. What does Kel Bell say? Excuse me, y'all. Good morning, everyone. I was tied up most of yesterday with work, but got caught up on the trial last night. Can we all agree that yesterday was crazy? Well, we can agree. Salute and thank you for your service to my guy John in here. We've got Nicholas is in the building. Andrea, Sheila, Wave, Lori. We've got Nay in the building. Chantel is up in here. Monica, Taiki, Tunnel, Lisa, Rashida, Tanya, Monica. Oh man, I feel like I'm making I'm making another DMX song. Chef Russ is in here. We got Roxana. Oh my gosh. We've got Tariq is in the building. That's a dope name. Shout out to Tyreek up in here. Linda's in the building. Our Hearts with Arch. Jay, Tiffany, Gwen, Betty. Oh my goodness. My guy Freddie Harris is up in here. Always good to see you, man. We got Tiffany Lacey in the building. It's Michelle. Hopefully I said that right. We got Odor Mendasi's in the building. James, Tina. Yeah. Y'all laughing at that GMX joke. I know. I'm sorry. We got Cordray is in here. I think I got everybody. Okay, we should be good. Let's go ahead and get into it. If I missed you and I didn't say good morning, make sure you spam the good mornings in the chat because I love showing y'all appreciation and thanks for being here because you could be anywhere else you decide to be on this YouTube live stream. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. I want to give a big shout out to the Bishop for being the creator of the official theme song of the Music Morning Show with his song Good Morning. And y'all also hear his song titled Believe in Yourself playing in the background as well. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. If y'all could do me one favor before we get started, it is the #1 way you can support this channel and it's free to do. Could you like the video, please, on your way in? It takes 2 seconds. And not only does it help the show continue to grow, but it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you're enjoying the show and it shares it with more people. Also, I will be reading super chats throughout the show. So big shout out and thank you to everybody who shows love and sends in super chats. Thank y'all for help keeping the light on here and showing your appreciation for the channel as well. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I need to double check something real quick before we get started, actually. All right, there we go. We should be good. Let's get it, y'all. So court is already underway. We need to rewind a little bit to see what Judge Whitaker and the gang are talking about. Not too many fireworks so far this morning, but you know, here in Fulton County, that could change at any minute.
Look at it without sound down here. Yeah, if you can cue that up for me. All right, Ms. Love or Ms. Hilton, did y'all send the pages that we had discussed? I did. Okay, did you get those? Nope. Did you include the court? Did anybody get them? No, nobody got them.
Oh, Lord, not again. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Donkeys in the building. Yeah, we starting off already. I'm gonna stand on it. Yak has the best drip out of all the defendants. Y'all give it up for Yak, man. Always dressed to the nines. You think Doug Weinstein has anything to do with that? Y'all have to let me know in the chat. Is Doug Weinstein behind the Yak Gotti wardrobe? Let me find out. I don't know. Shannon be dripping too, and y'all know Max. I think these attorneys have something to do with this.
It's just like your scan because I scanned it.
What time was it sent?
I sent it at 6:21 yesterday. Mr. Adams, Mr. Steele, Mr. Weinstein, Mr. Matthews.
Did anybody get an email called Your Scan?
I did.
Yes?
Yes. Oh, yes, I did get your scan.
Okay, well, that's it, apparently. Did we get one, Ms. Percifield?
Oh yeah, the volume. Thank you. I always forget to do that. I got y'all.
Photographs, right?
Volume
Yeah.
should be superb.
I mean, I think it was supposed to be pages of the Twitter that she wanted.
I received your scan that had nothing but photographs. Instagram photographs.
See if I can turn the
That was it.
Okay, I think it was Twitter, not Instagram, but,
Oh,
okay, all right. Well, we didn't get it. The court didn't get it, so can you resend to Ms. Percifield? And Mr. Sharp didn't get it. I mean, I don't know what happened sometime in the Ethernet between send and receive, but
Oh man, Donkey said all love's emails go to spam. Dang.
everybody else get it?
Hey, it's a new day. We're giving this love a fresh start. All right, y'all let her
Bruce
live.
did not.
Mr. Harvey was,
He's not on this.
he's not even included.
Okay. I sent it from my phone.
That's wild. So all of our emails are going to spam. They're going to the trash folder because they're garbage. Good morning, everyone.
I didn't send it to the court. I sent it to Ms. Percifield.
Yeah, no, I know, but she said she didn't get it.
I just sent it.
I'm trying to be good this morning, Amy. Dang, I'm getting the threatened to timeout 10 minutes in. This is not a good sign. All right, let's skip ahead. Y'all know Fulton County, we on that BS. October 15th, 14 days away, you can start voting. If you're in Fulton County, go ahead and get it over with.
All right, are there any other matters we need to address before we have our next witness and jury this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I just want to keep the court apprised. I was in contact with Mr. Atkins last night, and we compared lists. We have a slight discrepancy on what's in or what's out based on the court's ruling about the transcript.
Okay.
We may have a discrepancy. Mr. Atkins is reviewing what I sent to him, and we'll report back. But I assume the state is not planning on playing it immediately. Is that?
It's pretty early, so.
Pretty immediately. Sounds like. So maybe we need to get that sorted.
Mr. Atkins is checking what he said.
Shadow Fox said, pressing send is really that hard? Apparently, if you're a district attorney in Fulton County, your job is extremely difficult. Max is standing up. You know what that means. Listen, this is never a good sign. Max is ready to throw down. So I don't know what's going to happen today, but I guarantee you this. If Max gets up there, it's on site. Get ready. I'm calling it now, so y'all remember this. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead then, because we are waiting patiently, it looks like. How are y'all feeling this morning, by the way?
Excuse me, during this, Your Honor?
Yes.
Excuse me, during this time where folks are looking, I just want to raise the issue of the request to not video Detective Gaither. I realize that in the past, there was a request for the media to not video Gaither, Detective Gaither, but, and I didn't realize this before, I'm sure I objected to it before, but I don't understand the legitimate security concern regarding I mean, maybe they can articulate one, a legitimate security concern regarding Detective Gaither, because she's all over media. I mean, she's a star of First 48. She gets an 8.4 rating, actually, so it's apparently a pretty good show that she's on. But I don't understand why she can be on commercial television and the AJC and everywhere else and not be televised here.
I'll ask the state.
Your Honor, I think that, I know that this was dealt with previously. She is no longer in law enforcement. She's retired, and she, in her capacity, at her current position, is not working as law enforcement, but is in a position that we believe warrants the protocol that was placed in place last time that she testified.
Can you share with me what that position is?
Sure, if the court will allow me to do it at the bench with whoever with defense wants to come
Okay,
up, so
is she on shows like First 48?
She does not.
Has she been on shows like First 48 identified as by her name?
I have not seen her on First 48. I cannot speak to what Mr. Weinstein said. I have never seen her on First 48. But if he says he saw her, I don't think, and I don't believe that on First 48.
Okay?
I cannot speak to what Mr. Weinstein
By her name.
I have not seen her on First 48. I cannot speak to what Mr. Weinstein said. I have never not seen her on
Like First 48
Hold on a second. What is going on with Miss Hilton? I'm gonna have to let this go. But what's she got
She
going
does
on? Watch
not.
this.
Has she been on shows like First 48 identified as by her name?
I have not seen her on First 48. I cannot speak to what Mr. Weinstein said. I have never seen her on First 48. But if he says he saw
going on
her,
with Hilton?
I don't think, and I don't believe
say pray
that there is a reason, there's any reason to change what.
Well, we could just ask her.
And Your Honor, we could, but she's not. If she was or is on some episodes of First 48 that are playing now, she was in law enforcement. She had to have been during that time. I know.
Right. The point is, if her identity is out there anyway, readily available for anybody who wants to see it, identified as a law enforcement officer, then
May I approach?
Yes.
Well, you know what
Have
time
you
it is.
ever had a dream that
Also, not to mention, shout out to Joseph Papp. If you go on to Facebook and you search Detective Gaither, you can see this post here. He said, here's a Facebook post from 2015 identifying Detective Dennis and Gaither as investigators of the year on the Atlanta Police Department Facebook page. City of Atlanta Police Department. Big congratulations goes to investigators Tyrone Dennis and Lakia Gaither. They are in the Atlanta Police Department's investigators of the year. What? So what are we arguing here? I don't know. Somebody said something about Hilton being pregnant. Maybe that's what was going on there, but she looked extremely uncomfortable. Hopefully she's okay. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, we got some BS we got to skip through. I don't know why they're arguing about someone who is a public figure at this point being on the stand, but whatever, or being videoed, I should say.
Remains in place.
And Mr. Sharp is talking to Mr. Adkins about whatever.
Yeah, I know.
So they're trying to argue, we're trying to resolve it short of having.
The good news is out of all of the issues, there's only 3 that we disagree on.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure that out.
Okay, that's fine. All right, well, I guess we can't really have the witness in to testify until those couple of things get figured out. So I am going to recess because I need to check on something.
Probably Amy. All right, so we've got our first recess already. Shout out to everybody who's in here. We have almost 2,000 folks watching the live stream. Thank y'all for being here. If you could take a second, like the video, and we're gonna skip through the BS. I don't know why we're taking a recess for this. Jeez, man. I just wish we didn't have to be on a delay, but alas, Fulton County cannot help themselves. Good Lord.
About some things.
Okay.
So, what did he say about that? Mr. Shart and the state disagree on number 14, page 81, line 22 to 82, line 2. The portion that the court kept out was, yeah, I told him Shannon hot-headed. The line after that, we have that it is included and available for impeachment purposes. They all want names for themselves. They want names for themselves. And when I asked the witness on the stand, I was looking to go back to see all that I asked him, but I don't have that transcript in front of me. But he said, when I asked him, it's everything that he said about the 3 people who are currently on trial. Or why is it that everything you say about them, you can remember they didn't say, or you told a lie, but you can't remember anything else. That would allow what he is saying here to be an inconsistent statement about them wanting names for themselves. That is the one area that there's disagreement on. There were 2, so the other one is...
Your Honor, can I respond to that one?
One at a time. And so the state had that it could be used for impeachment?
Yes.
The state keeps taking the stance that as long as something was, and I'm not conceding that it was a prior inconsistent statement because I don't recall them asking that, but they seem to be taking the stance that as long as something's a prior inconsistent statement, it's automatically admissible. And this is speculation. It's speculating about my client's intent in doing something that he wasn't even there for. So that was the foundation, is did my client say, hey, I did this and this is why? And that foundation was never laid. It's not a matter of prior inconsistent statement.
Right, yeah. And what you had was that it was out unless a foundation was laid.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Your Honor, that's, I'd ask that the court check the court's notes because there was
So
not.
I can't find my notes, unfortunately.
No, come on, Judge Whitaker
Have
now.
any idea where they went to?
Because our notes are specifically that it can be used for impeachment purposes. And the argument that his client wasn't there is belied by the witness's statement to the police that he was, which the court is requiring that we keep out because the court ruled that it has to be kept out. I don't know why he's saying his client wasn't there.
I didn't say my client wasn't there.
It's just what he just said.
I said that.
No, that's not what he said.
He just said my client wasn't there. He literally just said my client wasn't there.
Okay, but that's not why it's being kept out.
I'm aware. You mean?
I mean, this.
Here we go.
The ruling would have been. I mean, it's the same thing as the similar one that we talked about yesterday. I would have said lay a foundation that he actually knew that and it wasn't just his speculation.
Your Honor, this is someone who, during the course of this entire interview with the
Have you ever had
police, and certainly around this area, talked about his relationship with and how much time he spent with this defendant. I believe that as
Oh boy.
a member of YSL and as a person that we see throughout each of their social media pages, associating themselves with one another, not just Mr. Stillwell's, but Mr. Zachary's, that the jury should be allowed to hear what Mr. Zachary's observations were. If he observes that they are acting in a way, and he hears them on some occasions say, let's go get that money.
All right, here's the thing, is that you didn't establish that this was based on his personal observation, or that he heard them say things like this, or that he had such a confidential, close relationship with Mr. Stillwell that they shared all of this kind of thing. You just didn't establish it.
Your Honor, that is because the witness would not acknowledge it. But the fact that he does, having listened to his interview multiple times, he establishes it in the interview. And that is the reason that we are saying the jury should be allowed to hear all of what he said so that they can determine which version of the truth they believe, the one where he's sitting in front of the defendants saying, now everything I said about them is a lie, or the version where he gives intricate details about his interactions with the defendant and the way.
So basically you mean what every single witness you've called to the stand has done. That's it. The entire way this case has been built. Jeez.
Intricate details about his interactions with the defendant and the way or what he observed during those interactions. There are moments where he said Woody was curled up on the couch. He was scared to go.
Okay, but
that's just an example.
We're not talking about his relationship with Woody right now.
I'm giving an example of his observations, the type of details that he gave in the interview. And so as it relates to defendant Stillwell, he's telling the police how many when he interacts with them, what happens during the interaction. He's telling them when they started associating, they ask questions like,
Miss Lev, I understand all of that. If it's just based on what's all in the interview, it seemed to me at the time, and nothing was established to convince me that this was anything more than his theorizing about what it was. And the rules of evidence are there for a reason. It's not that I want this in or I want this out. It's that it has not been established that he has a basis to say this beyond his own musings about it. And therefore the ruling stands. What's the next one? What's the next one?
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Oh man, y'all said that's L number 2 and 3. We gotta get an
The
L
first
counter
one
going
was
for
that
Miss
it
Love.
was
Jesus.
So it wasn't for impeachment purposes. It was something different. Okay. So the second one was.
Oh man. Jeez. Y'all pray for Miss Love, man. Oh man, I know you aren't gonna do it, but hey, y'all, come on now. We just want a good game. She's getting
so the second one was
right now.
The call that the court addressed,
2016 Warriors,
either
type.
later last week or earlier last week, regarding. It was in August that the court addressed the call about them putting Shannon, Pokey, Woody, and Mr. Zachary when they were at Big Boo's grandmother's house. And Boo got a call from Mushi, and $10,000 was put on the head of anybody who set out to harm Lucci. Mm-hmm. Mr. Zachary said that in his interview that Woody came in. It was stated there's $10,000 on the head.
Okay, is there a transcript reference?
It's
Page 22. I'm sorry, page 109, line 25 to page 111, line 4. And the court, number 22, redaction request number 22. I don't know if the court's.
I mean, Freddie,
I don't know to have the chart if I could.
Freddie said, do a compilation on all her L's. We finally get the mistrial brewing before our eyes. I mean, just yesterday, I mean, we could have made a 2-hour compilation video of Miss Love taking L's. Goodness.
Find the chart, then I would have my notes. But anyway,
our chart says that it's in.
Miller Mine.
I don't know what.
That's tough.
Show me what the chart looks like.
It was,
Give it to us.
Just
they tried to revisit this yesterday.
No, we didn't.
show me what the chart looks like.
Don't
Just
show
turn
me
it
the chart.
around and let me see it.
So, Mr. Atkins is coming up to the.
Oh, is this something y'all gave me before, or this is just your own chart of my?
We used it, and we gave you a copy of it, and that's how we were referencing it in the arguments.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
Mr. Shard's redaction chart that he sent to the court and the state, that is the same list that when we went through the redactions in court, those 2 days or 2 days and a half.
Wasn't that?
And it was labeled from the 2015 interview 1 through, I believe Mr. Shard's last redaction was 43.
Walter, that's funny.
I do have that.
And for reference, this is Mr. Shard's redaction request number 22.
And I think that Mr. Atkins went over all of this last week. Do we not?
Okay, and what I wrote next to 22 was only to Kenneth Copeland or Zachary, not Stillwell.
And that is, my understanding is that Mr. Shard is arguing that the call itself, the fact that there was that call and he's arguing that all of that came out, and we have that it is not out.
Yeah.
Well, the trick is, Your Honor, in this.
Can you try to use your mic?
In this transcript, in this passage, there are several references to we, that in the context, it's clear that Copeland is spilling the beans not only on himself, but on Shannon. So, for instance, I don't know if Your Honor has the transcript.
I do.
Okay, so for instance, 110, line 20. No, they said they did it. 111, line, where is it? There's a, 111, line 4. He like,
Come on, Max.
man, we just shot up Lucci Mama's house. So there's things that, in that spilling the beans by Copeland, that in the context of this interview, as it's played to the jury, is going to implicate Shannon. I understand. Now, I don't agree that this proves anything, but I understand the evidentiary rulings that Mr. Zachary at one time claimed he was in this room and he saw Shannon and Kenneth Copeland and they left and then they came back, and I understand a phone call came in. But what Kenneth Copeland said while they were in that room is hearsay that does not fit into an exception, and it implicates my client. So that's, of course, I would love if it just all came out. It would be cleaner, and also I'd prefer it. But if we definitely need to, as was your ruling from the beginning, we need to clean up what Woody said insofar as it implicates my client.
Well, do you have a proposal for how to do that?
Take out what Woody said.
Short of that? I mean, is there something in here that it's, there's a Stillwell reference that can be cleaned up? What was the number for that first one y'all were talking about?
Your Honor, the first one was number 14. And the state does have a proposal when the court's ready.
And of course, the jury has been waiting this whole time, y'all. They should have got out when they had the chance. Jury has been sitting back there waiting for them to figure this issue out. Skip ahead.
So, Your Honor.
All right, what's your proposal?
So, Your Honor, there was 3 requested redactions that all pertain to the shooting of Mr. Bennett's mother's home. And so number 21, Mr. Shard's request number 21, the court, as the court just stated, permitted the state to address as long as it didn't pertain to defendant Stillwell. And so there, Zachary has a line when he's saying who committed this act, where he says Woody, Shannon, and Little Pokey. So the state is redacting where he says Shannon, so that later on when he references they or we, the jury will not hear that he definitively states Shannon.
Okay,
Well-
that ought to solve it.
Well, that doesn't solve, the problem is we'd have to redact, and I don't think the state's going to agree to this, but we'd have to redact Shannon from the whole story, because it's not just that Woody at one point says,
Right, Sean.
We did it, essentially, yeah.
it's not so much that Quindarius Zachary says, I mean, clearly I want that out, but also in Quindarius Zachary's telling of this story, Shannon is with Woody in the beginning, which he saw with his own eyes. I understand why that would come in, but what I'm saying is the references to Shannon are not limited to the conclusory statement.
Well, I mean, that's just going to be what it is.
Yeah, that's a little
Okay,
bit
so
of
we're
a
taking
reach
out the
there, Max.
conclusory thing, but
The specific, naming of the people, because I had said that could only come in if it was established that Stillwell was there when Mr. Copeland said we did it, and that wasn't established.
So the court, with respect to Shannon, that is the ruling that we.
Right, so if you redact that word, then
Yes.
when later on, it doesn't sound like it's Shannon, it sounds like it's the two of them that he's already mentioned, so that fixes that.
But he can say, and we can get in the fact that Shannon, Woody told Shannon and Pokey, let's ride.
Yes.
Okay.
see, and that's my problem, Your Honor. I think that they inescapably refers to Shannon in the mind of the jurors, even if we take out the one conclusory line.
Well, I mean, that may be what you think, but that's the way we're going to handle it.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I
think that's a little bit of a reach by Max. Also, if y'all are wondering what spilled the beans means, it's a casual way of saying that someone has revealed a secret or shared information they weren't supposed to. It's like accidentally telling others something that was meant to be kept private.
understand. And just for the record, Your Honor, it is the lines that I'm concerned about on the transcript are 111, line 4, where it says, he like man, we just shot up Lucci's mama's house, and page 10, line 20, where it says, no, they said they did it.
Okay, well, I don't agree that it still sounds like Shannon with
Okay, I
only certain people were named and he's not one of them.
I understand the court's ruling.
Okay, what's the next one?
I think those are the only two, but I just.
Max
Oh, I
took
thought
a
y'all
L
said there
there,
were
too.
3.
He's shaking his head.
Okay.
So
All right.
I just need to make sure, I would like to make sure with the witness that those two areas are clearly understood. Or we bring her out here and something's said.
All right, and actually, for the number 14 that we were discussing before, my notes were that y'all had come to agreement about that.
Number 14.
The one the very first one that we took up.
We agreed on hot-headed. They all want names for themselves is the portion that we have noted the court allowed us to use for impeachment purposes. Yesterday, I asked the court to allow us to include the hot-headed. The court denied the request. So the only thing that, and I said that that was something we previously agreed on, the hot-headed, and the court denied that request. But the rest of it, the court said that it could be used for impeachment.
We're gonna get Gaither up here. Or
Okay,
what?
so
I think
my
that's what we
note
all
on
wanna
that,
know.
now that I have the notes, is that y'all had agreed, that I didn't make a ruling, that y'all had agreed that the character about Shannon was out except to show moving up because wanted to make names. So if y'all are no longer in agreement, then my ruling would be a foundation was not established. So I think we're ready for the witness and the jury.
I want to make sure.
Television said, "Who's the witness today?" It should be Gaither. We'll see. We may get Gaither up there. We may not. We'll have to wait and see. 'Cause they're still waiting on the jury.
Judge, may I speak with, since it is my witness, I just want to make certain that all of the court's rulings are understood and that I articulate them to her so that we don't get into, because I will be asking questions to avoid some of this. And I want to make certain that we don't get into any.
Okay, let's, if you can do that fairly quickly, because we've had the jury waiting for 40 minutes
Yeah.
already.
Shocker. All right, let's wait.
My man just stepped out there.
Let's move forward to when we get the jury in here. Looks like Max has something to say. Thug rocking
That
the
reached
sweater.
out to me.
Okay. He interviewed Sergeant Gaither, would you please tell the jury whether during your investigation of events that happened in 2015 as they related to If Gang and YSL, you had an occasion to interview Quindarius Zachary on August the 5th, 2015?
Yes.
All right. And at the time that you interviewed him, did you call him to be interviewed, or did he or someone on his behalf reach out to you?
Yeah, there were a couple people on his behalf that reached out to me, stating that he wanted to talk to me.
Okay. And I'm going to...
Yeah.
Wow, so they're really not going to show Detective Gaither? Why?
My microphone.
One that might work a little bit better.
That's crazy.
Okay. And had you left your number with family members of his, as you have in other cases, if they wanted to reach out with you?
Yes.
And is that the way that family member contacted you?
Yes.
All right. Was Quindarius Zachary brought over to the Atlanta Police Department from the Fulton County Jail?
Yes.
All right. Now, is it the custom that when a person comes in to see you, you make any observations about whether or not they're in any condition to talk? And by that I mean if someone's sloppy drunk, or if they're obviously under the influence, or...
Yes.
And if they are in no condition, by your estimation, to talk, do you continue to talk with them anyway, or do you send them back, or...
No, I don't talk to anyone that's under the influence or under distress or anything. We'll just revisit it at another time.
Okay.
Okay.
And when you spoke to Quindarius Zachary on August the 5th of 2015, did he appear to be in any physical distress from withdrawals or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Did you see any sign that he was under the influence or in pain or anything like that, that would have prohibited him from clearly understanding questions that were asked?
No.
Okay. At any time, did you force him to sit down and talk to you?
No, his people were calling me nonstop for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I just kind of took my time and let them sit there a minute and picked them up when I was ready.
Okay. And at any time outside of that interview room, did you convey threats? Did you tell anybody, if he doesn't speak to me, something bad is going to happen?
No, ma'am.
All right. Did you make any promises to him outside of that interview room through other people?
No.
Okay. And inside the interview room, did you tell him, let me back up. Are you allowed to tell people, if you do this, I will get your charges thrown out?
I'm not allowed to do that.
And did you tell Quindarius Zachary that?
No.
That wasn't the question.
Now, to be clear, during the course of his conversation with you on August 5th, 2015, at some point did he broach the subject of whether or not you all were going to be able to help him out with any of his charges?
He did.
Right. And did you tell him at that time that you were going to get him thrown out?
No, I did not.
All right. Your Honor, can we get access to the Zoom?
Unfortunately, I don't have access to the Zoom right now either, and I just typed my team to let me in.
All right.
So maybe if somebody's listening up in my chambers, they could let Ms. Love and the court in, please. Normally, Ms. Percefield does that, but she had to step out and handle another matter. So
while they're doing that, I'll continue with the questions. When you spoke to Quindarius Zachary in August, had you already gotten, you remember when you talked to the jury last time about the Dexter Montgomery shooting?
Yes.
All right. And do you remember speaking to them about the surveillance footage that you were able to look at from that shooting?
Yes.
All right. Now, during your interview with Mr. Zachary, did you show him surveillance footage from the Dexter Montgomery shooting?
I showed him still shots, not actual footage.
Okay. And when you say still shots, would you explain what you mean?
Basically screen grabs or images of people that were depicted in the actual video. We just took a picture of that particular person and printed it out onto paper.
Okay. I'm going to show you what I believe has already been admitted as states 308 Yankee. And I'm going to ask you, it was in here. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you recognize states 308 Yankee, and Your Honor, this does not have the sticker affixed to it. This is the exhibit that was labeled 308 Yankee.
Come on, cameraman, show her.
So I'm showing this to her, and I'll get the exhibit.
Yes.
Okay.
And someone mentioned her being undercover. That's highly possible, especially since they didn't want to show her, and Miss Love had to approach to tell Judge Whitaker why. So that's just a weird situation. Even though we know it's the same person, she may have changed her appearance. Voice may have changed, so I don't know. Who knows what's going on?
When you showed this image to Mr. Zachary in the interview, and for the record, it was 503 Yankee.
503. And it
has
already admitted?
It was.
Okay. And I'm sorry, just like for housekeeping, are we going to get an exhibit sticker on it? Or
Sean says
yes.
She's undercover, all right.
It's actually the one that we admitted does have the exhibit sticker on it.
Oh, it's a copy of the. Okay,
Yes.
no problem.
And so you spoke with Mr. Zachary. Did you have any reason to believe that he was at or anywhere around the Browns Mill Road area at the time that that image was captured on the surveillance footage?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Would you tell the jury what it was that you showed him that footage for? Why it was that you showed him that footage?
To help further that investigation, see if he can identify people that we had not previously identified involved in the Dexter Montgomery shooting.
Okay.
We knew that he was affiliated with persons that we were able to identify. So while we had him there, why not ask him?
Who was it that he was affiliated with that you were able to identify as being involved in that Dexter Montgomery shooting?
Walter Murphy.
Okay. What did you know about Mr. Zachary's affiliation or relationship with Walter Murphy?
We knew that both of them claimed to be YSL, so I assumed they knew each other.
Okay. And did Mr. Zachary confirm knowing Walter Murphy?
Yes, he did.
Did he call him Walter Murphy or did he use another name?
He called him DK.
All right.
Shout out to DK. Donkey Kong.
Can you pull this? Don't share it. What's the number? Okay. I'm going to show you, and Your Honor, because it's a digital image, counsel for defense has been provided this, but I want them to see what I'm walking to the witness with. May I be permitted to show them what I'm showing the witness?
All right.
All right.
Can we see the witness? Just show her, cameraman. Risk it all. Come on,
Miss
Law
Knight,
Crime.
that was 5.
Just do it.
I'm going to show you what
What's up?
is 531 Yankee, a video on the screen, and I'm going to ask you, have you reviewed this video prior to coming in?
I have.
And is it a fair and accurate copy of the interview that you conducted with Quindarius Zachary on August 5th, 2015?
Yes.
Did you see any alterations or material changes?
No.
Okay. Your Honor, the state tender states 531 Yankee as evidence.
All right, that's admitted with, as we already discussed.
All right. Your Honor, I ask permission to publish.
You may.
And just for decorum's sake, I ask permission to seat myself while I publish it so
You
that I
may.
don't.
Oh. Trying to get the video queued up. See if we can skip ahead.
Use this screen. Your Honor, may I?
May you what?
Use this screen?
Is that one available?
It's up. I just didn't know.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
No,
Taking their time on this one.
If you want to use earphones, they're here and available for you. It helps. Allows you to hear.
So why doesn't she want to be shown on camera then, Amy, if that's the case? Like, what's the big deal? Everybody knows who she is. Y'all want to know? This is Detective Gaither right there. This picture's from a couple of years ago, but still, I mean, why are we hiding this person? We ain't hiding them. And shout out to Amy for dropping this. Like, what are we doing? She's a part of the Atlanta Hawks security team. I wonder, maybe that's why she don't want to lose her job.
Food I got dogs, no, I can't eat food. Like food like that. Liquor that.
Well, as you know,
And she's about to be showing on video.
I want to come down here and make a statement
Doesn't make any sense.
about these cases that we have. Y'all been getting on my darn nerves calling me, so we here. But even though you reached out to us wanting to talk, I still gotta advise you of your rights, okay? Let's say yes, you gotta say yes, no. Just so you're fully aware of your rights.
That's exactly what it is. She don't want to lose her job.
Spell your first and last name.
There's QUIDARRUS, exactly. CHCHARY.
What's your birthday?
8/21/93.
8/21/93. What's your address?
445 Cleveland Avenue.
And Your Honor,
What's over there?
his address, not to the computer. All right.
Jacob said the man in there.
Basically, I can move to the case file
Because of that thing, come on. What's the zip over there?
0354.
30354. How tall you are?
Like 5'10".
Yeah, how much you weigh?
169.
Your brown eyes, black hair.
I ain't brown.
Your eyeball, meaning the colored part is brown. What's the highest grade level you completed?
Graduated.
I know people graduated 8th grade. Did you graduate high grade?
High school
12th grade.
What else did you do? I don't know, but I graduated from current.
What year?
I think 09. Something like that.
You got a phone number?
I'm on them, 44.
Mm-hmm. 5. Phone name again?
KAL.
And Your Honor, just for the record, the state also muted the phone number of his mother.
Oh, how nice of them. So thoughtful. Oh, Randall, you got called out by John. He said, why you zooming in on that picture, man? Come on. I want Law and Crime to put the camera on.
Zach. That's you live at Cleveland. Alright. Let's go over this Miranda form. What's your middle initial? Yeah, T. What that stand for?
Tashana. TYSHON.
Basically states Aquindary Zachary has been informed by the undersigned law enforcement officers prior to being questioned by them that I am suspected of the offense of aggravated assault, which is what you charged with for the two drive-bys in Fulton County, state of Georgia, on the 28th day of April 2015. That's the date that the incident happened, April 28, 2015, okay? I'm gonna go through these one by one. If it's something that you don't understand, stop me. Let me know I don't understand, and we're gonna go over it. Okay?
Yeah.
Your first right is that you have a right to remain silent. Do not have to make any statements. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That any statement that I make may be used against me in a court of law. Do you understand that? That I have the right to consult with my attorney and before making statements, and to have said attorney present with me while I'm making the statement. You get that? That if I do not have enough money to employ an attorney, that I have the right to have one appointed to me by the courts to represent me and to consult with him before making any statements and have him present with me while I am making the statement. Do you get that? That if I request an attorney, no questions will be asked of me until my attorney is present to represent me. Do you understand that? Has anybody coerced you or forced you or threatened you to come down here and make a statement?
No.
You sure?
No.
No, you're not sure?
I mean, I'm sure, but ain't nobody forced me.
Okay. Can you read? Oh, okay. Can you read and write English?
Yeah.
And I have had read to you. Today was the what?
5th, 2/6/17.
What's what? If you would, initial by each of those, and then if you still agree to talk to us, sign down at the X.
This is her right here. That's Detective Gaither. Person who's on the stand. And they're not showing anything right now, y'all. Just the rest of the courtroom.
Just come do it when you're ready. Sure.
Sign my name here. Say this. Sign that. All right. Well, we here. What's the big rush to talk to you? So, go well.
I'm saying, say this. Let me speak on first.
Let's talk about this. What you've been charged with. What do you have to say about the case?
I went there that night.
You wasn't where? What did you hear about it?
Where? Someone came to the house waking me up to my DJ got jumped. Like so. And then,
You was at the house in Cleveland?
yeah.
Apartment? After you
Yeah,
said?
4 or 5 people. And then, that when she told me that she had got shot at too.
That same night?
Yeah, she said.
All right, let me know if the sound is good, if my microphone's good now.
They got in a whole bunch of shoes, and then like L Gang had pulled up at my cousin's house. Cause my cousin go with this boy named Tate. Y'all know him? Yeah.
My mic should be better.
Devontae, yeah. I don't know his name, but she was going in the house, and she said y'all started shooting at the house. Like they were shooting from the end of the apartment. Like she said.
Where is this house located at? What you talking about?
Landrum apartment.
Landrum and Dunford?
On campus.
On campus?
Yeah.
So who stayed over there again?
My cousin Liz, Frank, and Tate.
That's what Javante said?
Yeah.
She your blood cousin?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how people say?
No, that's my real cousin.
So this gang got to shoot at them at Landrum?
Yeah.
Is this before or after D got shot at? I mean, got jumped on?
She said it did happen last. This after all the shooting.
I wish
So
we could
first
see the
shootings
video.
first D get jumped on, then shootings happen.
I'm telling you, like, from how I heard, like, what I heard first.
Okay.
I like, shit, most of them call me or something in the morning, let me know that.
Mm-hmm.
But she like, most of them cussing D out, because D telling them that he shooting them, they had shoot them in the face and jump. Most of them told D that he had to find around home. And then that was she like, then that was D told, I would sleep, D told me that morning, like, they had shot up the house.
D told you that, say that you kind of skimmed over that part. When you say D, you talking about Demikion, right?
That your real name?
You talking about Lil D from 30D, like Mechanicsville? Demikion.
Demikion told me that they had shot at the houses.
That who had shot at the houses?
Him, Tay, and who it was? Shannon. He just told me nothing. He said him, Tay, Shannon, and some other boy named Trey Dunn be with Tay.
Named Trey Dunn?
Yeah.
He told you personally?
Yeah.
How did he tell you over the phone? In your face?
Yeah, he's over my house. I was sitting there like he told me that they had shot the house, he said, and then what's called that they shot up Larry where Tay stayed.
So this gang came back and shot up Tay house?
Yeah, someone right there. Like, I guess that was she was gonna go that night. And he said that when they went and Pierre home. That when they went and shot up Pierre home.
Who went up and shot up Pierre home?
Him, Tay, Shannon, and Trey Dunn. He told me them full name. He already said them about Montone. But I kind of feel Montone with that.
Why you figure that?
I think I got no call.
How close are you and Montone?
You know, my whole life. I told my dad my dad and him, they grew up here.
So you got a lot of loyalty to Montone?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Michi makes a great point. I'm sorry, did I miss the part where Gaither verified Lil D's highness level of Xanax cocaine intake? So they said, no, we don't interrogate anyone if they're high or under the influence.
Stop the cap.
Okay.
Yo, man, I ain't got nothing. I had some of him, but he ain't got nothing for me.
How you know he ain't got nothing for you?
Shoot.
How do they know?
I ain't been talking to him lately.
Have you talked to him since you've been in jail?
Have I talked to him since I've been in jail? Yeah.
I mean, since he's been in, because you went in first.
Yeah. So he told me that Demikion told y'all why he was scared, you tricked him.
Demikion sat in that exact same chair, and you're going to get the exact same treat that Demikion. I don't have to trick people or lie, because phone records tell you a lie.
Oh, man.
Right.
And it's my trick.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like you kind of getting off track, because we got your phone records too.
Mine? Yes, sir. What phone record?
This is what we do. Okay. Remember when we locked you up the last time?
Yeah.
We went to the house and we ended up getting your phone number and stuff. And I got your phone record, because that was your phone number, right?
No, that ain't my number.
Okay. Well, like I said, we can stop this right now, because it's going in the wrong direction. And I don't want to waste your time or mine. Because this shit don't matter to me. My shit is good. This is what's going to fuck y'all. So I got Demikion. Because y'all, everybody thinking Demikion snitching. It's Demikion's phone number, wasn't it?
Yeah, everybody's snitching.
I got Demikion. I got yours.
And wait, one more.
And I got Montone. 622. 662, whatever. So I don't have no reason why.
So the media ain't necessarily had to tell it. You know what I'm saying? Technology told it.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I was impressed about coming to get you and coming to talk to none of y'all. Y'all want to talk to me? That's fine. This is the opportunity for y'all to say yourself. Because this is what's going to fuck y'all. So I feel like, once again, you're kind of going in the wrong direction. You say you're going to come down here and be honest about shit.
I'm being honest.
You wasn't there.
No. I'm probably not there.
So then we really ain't got much to talk about. This shit is on you. It ain't on me.
See, I don't want to talk about other cases.
You need to get over this first.
That's what you're in on.
Yeah, because I think you thinking that you can tell us about a whole bunch of other shit and then get some help on your shit, but you got to be honest about what you're here for. That's how that works. It don't just work like you tell me a whole bunch of shit and then we just forget about your stuff. You got to be honest with what you got going on.
Me, Montone, Shannon, Trey Dunn, and D.
Which car was you in? It was two cars, right?
I was in car Montone.
Which was which car?
And Papa.
What color?
Gray.
Who all was in the car with you?
Me, Moonton, Shannon, and D.
And Traydon and
They was in another Impala.
what color was that Impala?
Like, I heard a burgundy or something. SS.
Okay, the new one or
He's
old?
over there singing. Oh, this is tough.
Always something like that.
Okay. How did you all know where they stayed?
Not Traydon, Tate.
How does Tate know?
Cause he say he been beef with them folks.
So he knew where they stayed at over there on Mosley Park. On the
Crazy.
address is 1428 Adele Avenue. Over there by Mosley Park, right? How did you even get involved in this? Because you wasn't at the club, were you? How did you even get involved?
When they shot at some,
So,
but
where did they shoot at Summer at?
Atlanta.
So they shot at... Before, is this the same night?
Yeah. They shot at some on first.
So that was the part that was redacted.
And they shot at I think they did shoot at the club. I don't know about the club.
So Summer was at Landrum Arms with Alexis and Tay.
Yeah.
They were in which car? Or were they in the
She went with Tay. She was with Liz. They haven't got there yet.
Okay. They in the car or they inside the park?
Yeah, they in the car.
They in the car?
Yeah, they in some car. They going
I
home.
believe it, Monica.
And they went, she said they started shooting, but they shooting from way, not further than that, maybe. They shooting from way in her further than that.
Did they make a police report?
I don't know.
You know if anybody called the police or anything, did the police show up out there?
They said.
And this is why you don't talk to the police without an attorney, because they're saying, yeah, we got this, we got this, we got this. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I got to tell. And Lori be like, no, man, okay, let me see what you got. And then we can talk. But I'm not talking until then. My client's not talking. It's crazy. Just get an attorney, man. If you got to work a little bit of OT to pay that $1,000, $2,000 retainer, do it, man.
I'm sorry, yes.
Get a second job. It's worth it. Trust me. Trust me. Just trust me.
As I turn this microphone back on.
$2,000 is worth every
Now,
penny.
did you have an opportunity yesterday even to review and listen to this video recording of this interview that you did with Quindarius Zachary?
Yes.
And if you would lean in or bring that microphone a little bit closer to you, would you tell the jury who that is in the room with you and Mr. Zachary?
Detective Dennis.
All right. Now, as you listen to the interview, are you able to hear as clearly and as well as you were sitting face to face with Quindarius Zachary what it was that he was saying to you? Or did you understand that question?
I think I did. I mean, he appeared. I appeared to understand what he was saying. It was clear.
And what I'm asking is, as you sat in the room with him on August the 5th of 2015, were you able to hear him clearer or more clearly than you are listening to him on the video?
Yes.
All right. And having watched the video, are you able to recall and tell the jury if there are things that aren't as clear as we listen to it here today?
Some things, yes.
Okay.
Shout out to anonymous person with the comment of the day. If you get a second job, you most likely won't
When
have time
you
to commit the
showed
crime.
Quindarius Zachary a
win-win.
phone number, was that the phone number for his mother, or was that the phone number that you had for Quindarius Zachary himself?
That was the phone number that he utilized himself.
All right. And where had you gotten that phone number from?
His mother.
All right. Do you recall when it was or under what circumstances you got that phone number from his mother?
Yes.
Would you tell the jury about those?
I believe he was arrested early May for possession of a firearm. Shortly after that arrest, my team conducted a search warrant at his apartment off of Cleveland Avenue in hopes of recovering other firearms that he had recently purchased and other evidentiary things. And at that time, I believe he was in jail, and his mother and some family members were in the apartment.
This is who was on the stand.
And that's when I spoke with his mother, got his phone number, and also gave her my phone number and his girlfriend at the time my phone number.
Who was his girlfriend?
Summer.
His paramour.
Good?
Yeah, Summer Good.
All right. When Mr. Zachary, or you all asked Mr. Zachary, what is it that he wanted to talk to you all about? Did he say why he wanted you all to go first? Or did you hear him say, you go first, something to that effect?
Yeah, I think I asked him, what did he want to talk about? And from previous experiences, I know that when interviewing people, they want you to say what you know, and that way they can work their lives around what you already know, or get away from telling you the actual truth. So I leave it up to them to start it off, and he appeared to kind of be evasive and wanted to tell me about other shootings and incidents as opposed to what I wanted to know about the shootings from April 28th.
And when you told him that you wanted to talk to him about what he had been charged with, and he responded, I wasn't there that night.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do? Did you accept that as fact, or did you ask him, well, what did you do? Your Honor, there is also context that she can give that she has said she was clearly able to hear and discern in the interview room more clearly than perhaps can be heard on the video.
I don't know that it's been established that anybody's unable to hear it on the video. Sustained.
Okay. So when you asked him in the video, you weren't where, well, what do you hear about? Did you know, or did someone tell you before you had gotten into the interview room what it was that he wanted to talk to you about?
His family members said that he wanted to talk to me about his case and other stuff.
Sustained.
And Your Honor, it's explaining what she was expecting, and why she responded the way that she responded. So,
sustained.
Yes, Your Honor. Now, when he began explaining to you that Summer had called him or had come waking him up saying that D had just got jumped, at that time, did you have any information about D or Demikion getting jumped on April the 28th?
Yes.
And where was it that he had gotten jumped based on the information you had?
At Club Crucial.
All right. And that's what, 2517 Donnelly Hallowell?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Yes.
At the time that Quindarius Zachary told you that she had gotten, or that Summer said that they had gotten into a whole bunch of shooting and that they had pulled up at his cousin's house, Alexis Bryant, did you know the name Alexis Bryant?
I can't recall if I heard it or not.
At any point during the course of this investigation into these retaliatory shootings, did you hear the name or did you learn about an Alexis Bryant outside of the interview with Quindarius Zachary?
Yes.
What about Tay or Threat?
Yes.
What can you tell the jury about who that is, Tay or Threat?
I've been familiar with Tay or Trevante Turner for a while. He was a documented gang member. I believe he was MDC. Had several cases with involving him.
Okay.
Prior to this.
All right. And when you say Trevante and he says, I don't know his name, and goes on to name other people, are you familiar with those other people that he names as well?
I am.
When Quindarius Zachary tells you that Montunk had been cussing D out,
Did you know who Moontunk was?
Yeah, and Henry asked the question, what was the reason for Gaither is not on the camera? We didn't get to hear because Miss Love approached. So it's obviously something secret that doesn't want to be shared. And shout out to one of our amazing resident investigators just sent this over. The chief investigator, y'all know. Amy's up in here. Check this out. Very interesting video while we're struggling through. Listen to Miss Love say what she has to say. Hopefully this opens. 1 second. Oh no, is it gonna load?
The security team for the Atlanta Hawks. One of them in particular, Lakia Gaither, it is her second season with the Atlanta Hawks, and she is one of only 2 female security guards in the entire NBA. It's pretty incredible. She served 18 and a half years for the Atlanta Police Department. After that, worked for 2 months for the DA's office, got the call from the Atlanta Hawks, had a conversation with Vince Velasquez, director of security here for the Atlanta Hawks organization. And basically right after that call, Vince said, yeah, we knew that she was the person for the job. There was some stiff competition. They had to make her sweat it out a little bit. They waited a couple days before they called Lakia back, but finally called her back, and the rest is history. This is now her second season with the team, and it's actually her birthday today, so we wanted to wish her a happy birthday. But talking to Vince Velasquez, head of security.
So why are they highlighting all of that? But for some reason, we can't get her on the stand. What is going on here? All right, let's see what ridiculous question Miss Love was asking. Sorry, y'all. And shout out to Amy for sending that in. Very interesting indeed. And let me see if I can run it back. Here we go.
Those other people that he names as well.
I am.
When Quindarius Zachary tells you that Moontunk had been cussing D out, did you know who Moontunk was?
I did.
Who was Moontunk?
Antonio Sledge.
Before you heard Quindarius Zachary tell you or talk to you about Moontunk, did you know who Antonio Sledge was?
I did.
All right. And had you documented Moontunk or Antonio Sledge as being a member of any particular gang?
I did.
Which gang?
YSL.
All right. What about Demikion or D? Had you documented him as being a member of any particular gang?
Object. Hearsay confrontation clause.
Sustain.
Overruled.
What?
Yes.
What gang
had
Demikion been documented as belonging to?
As initially 30 Deep, and later on we added a subset of YSL.
Okay. And when you said you're talking about Lil D from 30 Deep, is that what you meant, the gang 30 Deep?
Yes.
All right.
She's trying to get
and
into Secret
is
Service.
30 Deep a gang that operated in the Mechanicsville area of Atlanta?
It is.
When Quindarius Zachary first mentioned If Gang, did you know what he was talking about?
I did.
Okay. And how was it that you knew what he was talking about?
I was familiar with If Gang, Inglewood family, as well as the recent beef between the two groups.
The recent what now?
Beef between Inglewood family and YSL/30 Deep.
And when you say beef, what do you mean?
Conflict.
Okay. When Quindarius Zachary talked about Perry Homes, where is that located?
Northwest Atlanta, near Johnson Road, Marietta Boulevard area, Perry Boulevard.
Does that still exist?
Perry Homes?
Yes.
No, it's some apartments, but it's not the actual Perry Homes projects that it was.
And do you remember the
Oh,
address?
we exposing her today.
That Perry Homes, generally, what street was on Perry Homes?
You can't hide.
I believe it's Drew Drive, Johnson, an area of Johnson Road, Marietta Boulevard. I believe it's 1903.
1903 Drew Drive?
I believe so, something like that.
All right. And when Quindarius Zachary talked about that's when they went and shot up Perry Homes, who did you understand him to be talking about having shot up Perry Homes?
What 4 people that he had just referenced?
Okay, Moontunk,
Shannon, Tay, Lil D.
Okay. Now, at the time, did you know or understand Shannon to be any particular person?
Yes.
Who did you understand Shannon to be?
A member of 30D.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. Hearsay, confrontation clause, also ultimate issue, invading the province.
Overruled.
Yeah.
You may answer.
A member of 30 Deep, and also we added a subset of YSL to his profile as well.
And Shannon, did he have a last name? Did you know his last name at
That's
the
a
time you
tough
were
one,
listening
man.
to Quindarius Zachary?
Yes.
And what is his last name?
Previously, we knew him as Shannon Stillwell, and a few years later, it was Shannon Jackson. So,
but that's the same person,
it's the
Shannon
same person.
Stillwell. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and the reason, again, Miss Love doing a better job of asking questions, that's why it was able to get overruled, because she asked what she observed or what she understood, not what she heard, not what somebody else said. So, got to ask the questions the right way.
Before Quindarius Zachary mentioned Shannon, Tay, D, and Moncton shooting up Drew Drive, did you tell him that that's what you wanted to talk to him about, Drew Drive, before you went into the room? Did you say anything about, I want to know Shannon's involvement?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you tell any member of his family, I want to know Shannon's involvement in the shooting on Drew Drive?
Shout out to Diddy's baby oil.
Before you spoke with Quindarius Zachary in that room and he said, I kind of figured Moontunk was there though, did you tell him you wanted him to tell you about Moontunk's involvement in the shooting at Drew Drive?
No, I told him I wanted to know what his involvement was.
Okay. And when he said or spoke about people not having a car, when you asked him, why do you figure Moontunk was there? Did you understand him to mean who it was that he was saying had no car?
Yes.
Who?
Shannon and Little D.
Okay. Why did you ask Mr. Zachary about his loyalty to Moontunk? Do you recall asking him how close he was to Moontunk?
Yes.
All right. And when he told you that his dad and Moontunk grew up together, and you asked about his loyalty, did he ever express anything different than, I have some for him, but he ain't got none for me?
I believe he did say that.
Okay. What made you ask him, had he talked to Moontunk since he had been in jail?
I knew Moontunk was arrested as well, and I kind of wanted to know if they were just trying to get their stories together to match. And he said that he spoke to him.
Okay. Now, that's an interesting thing. When you said you wanted to know if they were trying to get their stories together to match. Mm-hmm. Explain to the jury what you mean by that and why that was interesting or of note to you.
I like to have independent recollections of incidents, so I don't necessarily like if defendants talk and, again, try to get their stories to match to see what I know to sound more believable. So he didn't really go into detail if they spoke in depth or anything. He just said he spoke to him since he had been in jail.
At some point, did you speak with Antonio Sledge?
I did.
All right.
They said they don't like Hey, I got to rewind that. She said she doesn't like them to get together so they can get their stories straight. That's crazy.
try to get their stories to match to see what I know, to sound more believable. So he didn't really go into detail if they spoke believable. So, I like to have independent recollections
legal,
of incidents, so I don't necessarily like if defendants talk and, again, try to get their stories to match to see what I know, to sound more believable. So he didn't really go into detail if they spoke in depth or anything. He just said he spoke to them since he had been in jail.
That's why you get a lawyer.
At some point, did you speak with Antonio Sledge?
I did.
All right. And was whatever Antonio Sledge told you an exact match to what Quindarius Zachary told you?
No.
Okay. And when Quindarius Zachary told you that about his conversation with Montun, and that Demikion having said he was scared and you tricked him, did you all also talk to Demikion?
I did.
And is that Demikion Garlington?
It is.
Were Demikion Garlington's words an exact match to what Quindarius Zachary shared with you in the interview?
Confrontation clause, violation, hearsay.
Overruled.
Were they an exact?
You may.
Thank you.
This might be a good time for our morning break anyway, so why don't y'all go ahead.
I got to run this back because I want to make sure I hear exactly what Brian said.
An exact.
Let's listen to the question. And then we'll listen
Demikion
to
having
his
said he was
objection.
scared and you tricked him. Did you all also talk to Demikion?
I did.
And is that Demikion Garlington?
It is.
Were Demikion Garlington's words an exact match to what Quindarius Zachary shared with you in the interview?
Confrontation clause, violation, hearsay.
Overruled.
Were they an exact?
You may.
Thank you.
This might be a good time for our morning break anyway, so why don't y'all go ahead and have a restroom break.
All right, we'll skip through this big break real quick. The Confrontation Clause is a part of the Sixth Amendment of the United
Mr. Steele, will you
States
still need to
Constitution.
Okay.
It gives a person accused of a crime the right to face and question the witnesses who are testifying against them in court. In simple terms, it means that the accused can challenge and cross-examine the people who provide evidence against them, ensuring a fair trial. Interesting. So shout out to Diddy's baby oil. Detective Gaither is on the stand for those of you wondering.
It's going to take 5 or 10 minutes if we break as well, so.
And shout out to these super chats. New York Mom in here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Said every day is like an unboxing of disappointment for the judge. Your coverage is outstanding. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for that. And then we had Amy gifted 5 memberships as well. If y'all could make sure if you got
Good morning, Your
membership
Honor.
from Amy, you say thank you.
And to everyone. Your Honor, Demikion Garlington is accused in our indictment and he's severed. There's some wonderful parts of his interrogation by Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis. And I can't go into it because he's not being called as a witness. He's not being given immunity.
And that's what we
For
just
the
read
state
about
now
the
to say,
confrontation clause.
does Mrs. Zachary's statement, and I believe the words, exactly match Mr. Garlington's interrogation? I'm objecting because I have no way of cross-examining that. I don't have Mr. Garlington here, and I'm not, this is like a backdoor way of shielding me and Mr. Adams from cross-examining Mr. Garlington, yet getting out some broad overview, exact, whatever exact means, and I'm objecting to it under Confrontation Clause and hearsay.
Okay, well, I understand the objection. I do not expect there to be any further, any kind of questioning that would try to get out what Mr. Garlington's interview does say.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, with that, I don't think that asking was it an exact match and getting an answer to that violates either of those things. So I'm overruling that objection.
Can we have a continuing if you don't mind? Objection?
You may, although I don't expect there to be any other questioning on that topic. All right.
And that makes sense because, again, she's more so asking what Detective Gaither observed and saw during her regular duties. So it doesn't really have anything to do with someone who can't testify. It's just, what did you see in these testimonies? So that makes sense.
If anybody, I'm going to take
yeah.
a quick break. If anybody else needs
Sean's
to
saying
do that
that's
now.
a back door. It's a thin line. But again, when you're asking these questions, you have to phrase them the right way. And Miss Love is doing a way better job of asking questions today. And thank you again. Shout out to Monica dropping the 3 bomb over there. Says, oh, just sending the thumbs up for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Let's skip the BS up in here. See how long they take for their morning break. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Law and Crime for putting the commercials in here. I rock with it. Okay, looks like we're back right here.
Would have been with which witness?
We still have a little bit of a delay too, which is nice.
477 Yankee.
And could y'all do me a favor real quick? Let me see. We have over 2,400 people in here. If y'all could take 2 seconds and just like the video, it's free and it really does help the channel continue to grow. So I appreciate y'all doing that and helping the channel out by liking the video. Here we go.
Go ahead. Okay. Thanks. Go ahead.
Before we get started, I wanted to just make sure that 477 Yankee and 482 Yankee had already been admitted.
Would have been with which witness, do you know?
Mr. Zachary.
477. You said 477 and 482?
Yes. Why?
Thank you, Sharice. You're so nice.
477, yes. Yes, both of them.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You ready for the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay.
This is probably interesting.
Thank you, Daniel. Cat is absolutely amazing. I agree. Thank y'all for the kind words. I appreciate it. Shout out to Tracy over on the Cash App. I see you, Tracy.
And Your Honor, is it okay if I ask the last question and allow the witness to answer?
Yeah, I don't think we got an answer, so yeah.
Shout out to Athena dropping the 5 bomb over on Cash App. Says great commentating. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Athena.
What is
Is that me? I'm gonna, hold on. Let me see something.
Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it.
Notifications and mute that.
Make sure your email.
And somebody keeps saying, I keep hearing this rumor that Miss Hilton is pregnant. So that may be why she was making that face earlier, because she looked like she was about to lose it. Oh, I think that might be me. Hold on a second, y'all. How you doing, brother? Yeah, you mean the oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta go downstairs. Just go through this door. Oh,
Let me see the next page.
Sorry about that, y'all. We back.
Page 55, I'm doing it by this also. That's what I said.
Yeah, people have been saying
Go
that
ahead.
for months that she is pregnant.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Love.
Thank you. Sergeant Gaither, before we broke, I think I asked you if what Demikion Garlington told you was an exact match to what Mr. Zachary told you.
No.
I wish it was DoorDash. No.
At some point, did you all speak with Kenneth Copeland during the course of this investigation into these shootings in 2015?
Yes.
And did you speak with him multiple times?
Yes.
Was what Kenneth Copeland told you in either of the interviews during either of the times that you talked to him ever an exact match to what Mr. Zachary shared with you on August 5th, 2015?
No.
Vague, exact match.
Overruled.
I'll also then object, Your Honor. The jurors heard the statements of Mr. Copeland. They can make that decision, not this witness.
That's ultimately true.
Outside of any interviews
What's the
that
objection
were
then?
captured on video during any interactions with Kenneth Copeland, did he ever give you an exact match of what Mr. Zachary shared with you on August 5th?
Your Honor, I don't have any reports or other interactions. I'd like those reports and interactions before questions are asked.
Is there a foundation for that question?
I can make a foundation. When you took Kenneth Copeland, or when Kenneth Copeland was brought over after he was arrested at the Dunbar Center, was he interviewed?
Yes.
Okay. And did you help transport him?
No.
Okay. Are you aware of any statements by Kenneth Copeland that are an exact match to anything?
Okay, Amy.
Same objection.
Yeah, okay. So are there any statements by Kenneth Copeland that aren't reduced to writing or on video?
By you? Were there any interviews or statements?
That you know of by anybody having to do with this set of circumstances?
Not by myself or investigator Dennis, no ma'am.
Do you know of any from anybody else?
I don't know.
Okay.
Now we got Josh Whitaker.
Then move on to the
questioning
next
witnesses.
question.
And when you
God.
told Mr. Zachary, Demikion sat in that exact same chair, was that after you had interviewed Mr. Garlington? In
Yes.
other words, okay.
Wow.
And did you ever try to trick anybody?
No.
Did you ever try to trick anybody? What kind of question is that?
I'm
Did you
going
ever
to
get
continue
mad at
playing
a
your
witness?
at 2:27:48.
Jeez. Shout out to Amy dropping the 50 bomb over there.
Okay. She was telling me what happened. I told her she was telling me what happened right there. Right. And then that one, I called Moonton. And Moonton told me that he was outside. Say they ain't want me to ride with. They wanted me to ride, but they didn't want me to ride.
What you mean?
Like, they wanted me to go with him, but I ain't have to do nothing.
So where were you seated?
I was sitting in the back seat.
Well, how were y'all sitting?
Huh?
Let's break that down.
Shannon's in the front, D right here. I'm on this side, Moonton drive.
Whoa, let's break it down.
Man, look how young he
driving
was.
Shannon front passenger. You sitting behind Shannon?
Yeah.
And Demikion behind? Moontown?
Yeah.
Okay. So what exactly did they say they was gonna do? Like, why were they picking you up?
Oh, now it's to
Say that passenger, seating charge one more time. Long-term driver, Shannon, front passenger.
me and D.
Good D. And then
The other D.
Demikian.
Yeah. We went to meditate on. They was in different car.
What kind of car did you say? The orange YSL?
Yeah, burger. It wasn't a car.
Orange. Who car is that?
The boy turned on.
Police cannot in interviews, correct.
Is that his real name or is that like a fake name? It's Trey Duncan.
I didn't know him because.
What gang he in? Or who he affiliated with?
They supposed to be blood, but like, just like regular gang. I don't know what regular gang. They supposed to be blood.
This is Quindarius Zachary, by the way.
Who all was in the car when they came and picked you up?
When Moontown came pick me up, Moontown, Shannon, and D.
Okay, Moontown Shannon D was in the car. He came and picked you up. Where'd y'all go?
We went to Perry home. When I left, went to the house on MLK. Shannon D and Tay got out the car. Me and Moontown stayed in.
Shannon D and Tay got out the car and did what?
They went and shot at the house.
What kind of gun did Shannon have?
Shannon had a Draco 762.
Where is that gun at now?
I don't know.
Whose gun is that?
I don't know. They already had the guns.
What color is it?
Like a chocolate.
Like a chocolate?
Like 8
I said, what color is it? Brown. What kind of gun is it?
They had a 762 AK. It looked like a deer gun, but it looked like a what? It looked like one big old deer gun, but it was an AK, you say?
What about Demikian?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, this is actually decent audio too. Let me see. We might have to. We're gonna do that.
It was an AK, you say?
What about Demikian?
He had a Moontown gun.
Which was what?
That gun I got caught with.
And you didn't shoot?
No.
But don't you own? You went and bought like 3, 4 firearms?
Man, who tricked me out of those?
They tricked you out of all of them, man.
Yes, he did.
We gonna get to that though.
Right.
So, did Trey Duncan shoot any guns?
No, he was
Quindarius
driving.
Zachary didn't
So
know
he was
anything.
driving. So the driver basically stayed in the car.
Yeah, and
And you stayed in the car.
Yeah.
How far did they get up to the house?
I don't know, man. Moontown Paul way back. Like, they got up close to the house, though. I think like front drive or something. I don't know if they got me up to the door. But I know they got me driving. I seen that much. Now they shot that house. And then we went to Perry home.
Okay. And how did you guys know what apartment was at Perry home? But who? Tay know what Philo girl? Because that's Philo girl house, right?
That's what he said. His baby mom.
Baby mom. So Tay knows them from the west side, basically.
Yeah.
Y'all don't really have
home together.
Right.
They beefed before too, though. It was like they said the mama knew that Tay shot at the house.
But how is it that, because Tay's not slime, how is it that Tay even rolling with Shannon and y'all like that?
Tay from Capitol Home. Me and Moontown all up Capitol Home.
He originally from Capitol Home.
Yeah, and he's.
Oh, y'all hold on. Bear with me because we have a little bit of buffering. Hold on a second.
Big fool, no
There
big
we
fool. He's 24. Yeah. We hang fool, and I was met too.
Okay.
Y'all are saying he's making it up? Wow. All right, come on, Lauren Cry. Don't do this to me.
Capitol Home. Me and Moontown all up Capitol Home.
He originally from Capitol Home. even rolling with Shannon and y'all like that?
Say from California home, me and Mutu, all of California.
He originally from Capitol Homes.
Yeah, and he's named Big Boo, Big Boo. He's named Boo.
That's right.
All of we named Boo, that we met too.
Okay, so he just cool with y'all from there.
And then, now we had went, somewhere else before we went to Perry home.
What about?
Someone get some bullets, huh?
From where?
So, somebody spot that DA on Cleveland.
Like somebody, like house or
Spot.
What's the spot?
A spot?
I mean, you gotta talk to me layman terms. I don't know.
A truck spot.
What kind of bullets did y'all get?
They ain't getting nothing for the top. They got some. They got some. They ain't getting nothing for the 223. They got some for the Sunset too.
Who had the 223? Tay?
This is the one that Demikian had. Montauk gun that shoot 223 rounds. So is that Montauk's gun that had the double drum on it? Is that the one you talking about?
Yeah.
That's the one that he was shooting?
So the gun that you got caught with on May 7th,
Yeah.
that's Montauk gun.
Stupid.
Be real.
I need my gun to go for girl that night.
He needed your gun.
Cause it was small. That little gun y'all just got. That they just busted out and got. The little bit gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 40. Was it the 40 or something?
40 Smith & Wesson. So he needed my gun to go for girl out.
So that's your 40.
Yeah.
Cause we just got him last week. I ain't had a chance to run it yet. But
I had just bought this gun like a day or two before.
Before that,
We know.
from on Boulevard, one of the apartment, 493 Boulevard.
No, I said I had bought.
I know. From Arrowhead. How do I know?
Yeah, I got a receipt.
I got something better for you.
Sergeant Gaither, at this point, at 2:34:22 in this interview, can you tell the jury what is being shown to Quindarius Zachary on Detective Dennis's phone?
Surveillance video from Arrowhead pawn shop of him purchasing firearm.
How did y'all get that? How did you all?
Down there and got it.
Okay. What was it that led you all to drive down to Arrowhead and get that surveillance footage?
What's she laughing
had
about?
receipts from where he purchased the firearms, and we ran his name, had his name run through the federal system to see what all firearms he purchased and the locations, and that's how we were able to narrow it down to Arrowhead Pawn Shop in Jonesboro.
When you talk about the federal registry or list or whatever that is, could you explain what that is that you are looking at to get his name? What is it?
The federal government basically has a database that keeps track of persons that purchase firearms. During this investigation, we worked hand in hand with the ATF, and we utilize them and assist them with checking names through their federal system.
Does that list or system on the federal government include firearms that are purchased illegally on the street?
No, it's just firearms that are purchased from gun shops, gun shows, or pawn shops.
When you said that you had receipts of guns that Quindarius Zachary had purchased, where did you get those receipts from?
From his apartment when we executed a search warrant.
And that was after his arrest in May?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you remember any other items that you were able to recover off the top of your head?
I believe we recovered a firearm, a couple of cell phones. That's all I can remember at this moment.
Now, when Quindarius Zachary mentioned the little 40 that he had just gotten 2 days before he got locked up, did you all, and you said we still have to run that. What did you mean?
We recovered a 40 caliber Smith & Wesson, which is almost the size of the palm of your hand, from his apartment. We hadn't had an opportunity to have the ATF test fire the gun to see if it came back to any other shootings or stuff like that.
And why is it that you all were asking Mr. Zachary where each person that he said was in the car that Monkton was driving, where each person was seated? Why was that of any importance?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Overruled.
Just to get a better understanding of each person's position in the vehicle, and based on where we recovered evidence from the shooting, just kind of wanted to make it a determination.
And when Mr. Zachary is showing or motioning to Detective Dennis on the paper that Detective Dennis has in front of him where each person is sitting,
sounds like it.
Is he motioning in a manner consistent with what he had just verbally said to you all?
Yes.
When you asked Mr. Zachary about Tay knowing where Philo stayed,
me too, Daniel. It's going to be a nice one.
who is the Philo you were talking about?
Philip Collins.
And Philo's girl, who is that you were talking about? Do you remember her name, Kenyatta Troutman?
Yes, Kenyatta Troutman.
And was that who you were talking about?
His child's mother, yes.
And where was it that she lived?
1903 Drew Drive, Perry Holmes area.
Now, Philip Collins, do you know who, did he have a brother?
Yes.
And was Philip Collins documented in any of your files?
Yes.
How was Philip Collins documented?
He was a member of Haiti Gang.
Right.
It's
Haiti
hard to
Gang.
listen to. I agree.
What about his brother? What was his brother's name?
Your Honor, this is confrontation clause and hearsay. I have no documentation.
Very much hearsay. It's got to be sustained.
Y'all approach.
Step out.
Yeah, thanks.
Did she just ask Detective Gaither what someone said somebody else did? Come on now. Let's run that back real quick.
What about his brother? What was his brother's name?
Your Honor, this is confrontation clause and hearsay.
He was a
Documented who
area.
Where was it that she lived?
1903 Drew Drive, Perry Holmes area.
Now, Philip Collins, do you know who, did he have a brother?
Yes.
And was
Philip Collins had a brother. Okay, we're going to get there.
Philip Collins documented in any of your files?
Yes.
How was Philip Collins documented?
He was a member of Haiti Gang.
All right, so they investigated into Philo.
Haiti Gang. What about his brother? What was his brother's name?
Your Honor, this is confrontation clause and hearsay. I have no documentation.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. I don't know why this is. We'll get it right now.
Y'all approach.
All right, let's see if we can skip ahead. And actually, let me do this way.
Step out.
Yeah, so she's asking. Miss Love asked her about somebody else she may have investigated at some time who was a part of another gang and who their brother is. I don't know. Let's see if we can skip ahead. Let's skip ahead and figure this out. And what are y'all saying? I asked the poll in the chat. How many L's do y'all think Miss Love will take today? 50, 100, 200, or 50, 11 more? Because She took a lot of L's yesterday. It was hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. And right now, it looks like y'all are saying she's about to take 11 more L's. Let's skip ahead. Daniel says 0 chance of mistrial this week. Oosh. I don't know.
Philip Collins, you said that he has a brother? Philip Collins, you said that he has a brother?
Yes.
And what is his brother's name?
Darren Mills.
Is Darren Mills, to your knowledge, older or younger than Philip Collins?
He's younger.
Shout out to Nick for being a member for 1 month.
Do you know about how many years younger?
Roughly 5.
Okay. Does Darren Mills have a nickname?
Come on, man.
Yes.
And what is his nickname?
D.
Now, is D a member of any gang?
Yes.
What gang is D a member of?
Continuing objection.
You may.
Thank you.
You may answer. What gang is D a member of?
Haiti Gang, as well as the subset Inglewood family.
Is that if gang when you
If
say
gang.
Inglewood?
I'm sorry.
Is Philip Collins also Inglewood family or if gang?
Yes.
Are you familiar with Philo and Dee's mother's name? Or address?
1428 Adele Avenue is the address. I believe her name may be Denise.
Is Cecilia Davis the mother?
Yeah.
Is Denise Bell the sister of Cecilia Davis?
Yes.
All right.
Why is she like?
Are you familiar with whether Philo and Dee have a sister?
Yes.
Do you know what her name is?
She's the twin sister of Darren. I believe her name is Diamond.
Diamond?
Diamond.
And what is Darren's last name?
Mills.
All right. And do they have a sister, Stacey Adams?
Correct, yes.
Stacey Adams, like
Did Stacey Adams live at 1428 Adele as well?
This must be a
To your
different
knowledge?
Stacey Adams.
I don't recall.
Okay. When you asked about Tay knowing Philo and Philo's child's mother from the west side, what did you mean?
They both were from the west side of Atlanta.
Now give me 1 second.
Mr. Zachary stated Tay was originally from Capitol Homes, but he grew up on the west side as well. The same as Darren and Philo. So there's only a couple of high schools, a couple of middle schools in that particular area. So
Where is Capitol Homes located with relation to the west side?
Capitol Homes is more or less downtown, Memorial Drive area. The west side is considered Bankhead Highway, Hollywood Road, parts of Martin Luther King, Cascade.
Okay. And did you prior to Quindarius Zachary telling you that he and Moncton were from Capitol Homes and that is where Tay was from, were you aware of those facts before you went into the interview?
No.
Sustained.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I'd like to revisit that at a break or another time. Now, when Quindarius Zachary said that Tay used to hang with Big Boo, and you mentioned the name Quentin Porter, would you tell the jury how you're familiar with, just briefly, Quentin Porter or the name Big Boo?
I'm familiar with Quentin Porter, aka Big Boo, from the Cleveland Avenue area. He was a known gang member of Raised on Cleveland Rock Crew. Worked several investigations involving him, so I was familiar with the name.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to resume at 2:34:22. Actually, before I do, let me ask you this.
All right, we back.
When Quindarius Zachary referred to a spot and then told you a trap spot on Cleveland, would you tell the jury what a trap spot is?
Trap spot is a location where drugs are normally sold or illicit activity is conducted.
And based on the investigations that you have conducted as a detective in the gang unit and during your time with the Atlanta Police Department, is a trap spot ordinarily a place where guns and ammunition are also stored?
It is.
And at the time that Quindarius Zachary told you about a trap spot on Cleveland, at that moment, did you know what trap spot on Cleveland he was talking about?
Not at that exact moment, but I had an idea.
And was the idea that you had confirmed at any time?
No.
Okay. Picking up at 2:34:22.
That's you? Yeah, I think that's you.
We did all of that. So,
They're trying to get him.
after we got the bullet, went to Perry Wong. Okay. Then don't even got out and shot the house. Who got out and shot this time? Tay, D, and Shannon.
Tay, D, and
Those
Shannon.
only 3 guns.
Okay. And they had the same guns that they had before? From there?
Nah, it was another one calling this time. And called Tatum.
What's his name?
I think his name Lee.
Lee?
Yeah.
Did he get out?
Yeah. Yeah, handgun.
You remember what kind?
I just remember 2 handguns.
What call Lee was that?
He didn't call Tatum. That's Tatum friend.
Lee.
They went and got him out the little. Okay. Make back up.
I didn't hear what they said.
Pausing at 2:35:28. Sergeant, at the time you spoke with Mr. Zachary on August 5th, 2015, did you know either Tay, D, Shannon, or Montun to be wearing dreads during that time?
No, they weren't.
Okay. And when Mr. Zachary told you about a person named Lee, did you know of a Lee associated with them, with YSL?
Come on, Miss Love, you got it.
That did have dreads at the time.
I knew of a Lee that was associated with Tay and Traydon from MDC.
Okay. Now, what Lee was that you knew of?
Ali Caldwell, Caldwell.
And when you say dreads, are you able to describe the type of dreads that Ali Caldwell had?
Yes, he had not necessarily like dreads like mine, but they were more or less like big planks. If any of you guys are familiar with the rapper Jay-Z, the larger plank style locks, that was his hairstyle at the time.
Fulio had those too. Rest in peace. Oh, there goes the chair squeaking again.
Continuing at 2:35:28.
Jeez.
After the Perry Home got shot up. Perry Home got shot up? Shoot. We went in the house.
Where they dropped
I went in the house. 405.
On Cleveland Avenue?
But they met me we met some at the gas station.
Which gas station?
On Silver Road. And I called him in the house.
Which one on Silver?
The Silver.
Like right by 166?
Yeah.
I forget right there. So someone met you right there, picked you up, and then she drove you to the house?
We let my cousin drop us off at the house.
Okay.
Some let her keep our car because she was scared to go to the house.
Okay. So tell me about this slime stuff.
Hey, she like slime.
Well, why do y'all call yourself slime? Number one.
I'm not no slime.
Why do they call themselves slime?
Because we stealing and stuff.
So it's like you being slimy or grimy about shit. Like,
say,
He's
say
really
when you
young
cool,
here,
right? And you got a girl or something. And you leave out and I talk to your girl. Try to talk to her. It really like slimy.
So there's no rules, basically. It's like, I slammed that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, so even if we cool, you can rob me. And it's like, I just slammed.
Yeah.
So basically, no rules, no laws. But you say you ain't slammed?
No. I ain't like, they would never let me get out.
Why?
Cause my brother, he don't really want me hanging around him.
What you do?
I know. He be mad.
who is your brother?
And I ain't tell you. He be mad.
I want the dread.
Yeah, how you know?
Come on, bro.
He mad. He mad.
Oh, y'all said Grammy thinks said we need an interpreter. Yeah, he's basically saying they're asking him what slime is. If he was slime, he said, "No, I'm not slime." And she said, "Well, what's slime? Or why did you call yourself slime?" He said, "It's because we were stealing stuff." And they're saying, "Oh, you're saying you're slime or that's slimy or grimy because you're doing things you're not supposed to." He's like, "Yeah." So say, your girl's there and I talk to your girl. And he said, "That's slime." It's disrespectful.
But he's slime, though, ain't he?
Yeah, he's slime.
So I'm saying, what does it matter? If he
I'm a little brother, and then I'm sick. So like something happened to me.
He'll feel bad because you kind of got down to it. How did 30 Deep and Cleveland Avenue even link up? For a long time, ain't nobody fuck with them. Y'all didn't fuck with each other.
Those started fucking with Woody.
So that just kind of brought everybody together? How close are you and Woody? Or how close were y'all?
Only reason we got close because I don't hang with Mooks will hang with the. And then another one, Woody, what you call it? We started it.
So the Woody people, meaning Demekion and Shannon, everybody just kind of started linking up.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never had no problem, nothing with each other?
No. We ain't never had no problem with Canterville. Well, they ain't never had no problem with Canterville. I ain't never got into it with nobody from Canterville. Ain't nobody never got into it with nobody from Canterville. It just linked up like that.
So how did it get to a point where, you really didn't have too much, really?
What?
No, go ahead.
What, the beef started? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Killed him, shot up the Gavin house, the dugout.
Right.
And then the double Woody had caught him with the skating ring or something. And then he was like, but they had shot through a window out.
On which car?
The SS.
Right.
And Thug like, nah, I ain't cool no nigga till they pay for my window.
But why did they shoot up the dugout down there?
Woody and Kelly had some person going on, I guess, who's big as bad.
Woody and who?
Who got more girl, more money. Both of them, and that one has money.
Oh, and Kel.
They flexing with somebody else.
All right, so now Quindarius Zachary's talking about the beef that Woody and Kel had, and Young Thug got his window shot out, and he said he wasn't rocking with them because they shot out his windows. They being
like, nah, I ain't cool no nigga till they pay for my window.
But why did they shoot up the dugout down there?
Woody and Kelly had some person going on, I guess, who's big as bad. Who got more girl, more money. Both of them, and that one has money.
They flexing with somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
you know how it is. Kelly one, like, Thug coming crucial, getting up money, throwing stuff. Kelly don't want him to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it sounds like some petty stuff. Young Thug was being petty. He wasn't cool with Kel because I guess he found out they had shot up his car. So he went to Club Crucial, which was allegedly Kel's spot, I guess, and started throwing money And Kel was like, nah, man, you can't be doing that here. So he got in his feelings about it. That's funny. Thank you for the super chats too. I'll be reading those shortly.
But Thug went, he ain't clicking them. He ain't like them.
Right. He ain't like Kel.
Shot out his window.
So just over there in windshield?
Never time they find it together in the house.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, y'all didn't do it? Y'all didn't know?
No. I'm saying I wasn't physically there.
We know about it, but how many times they shoot at?
Like 200.
So they were just done.
Yeah.
But they knew y'all was in there?
Yeah, people posting pictures on Instagram, videos on Instagram.
I turned it off.
People posting videos on Instagram and stuff. And shoot, everybody finna go. Thug leave like dope first. So everybody walking to their car. I stayed in bed, I still got me. I ain't had no gun anyway, so ain't no sense me walking out there.
This is interesting. They talk about sprinkling in lies with a little bit, or they tell lies and sprinkle in a little bit of truth. But everything that Quindarius Zachary is saying here has mainly been backed up as true.
Then you just hear gunshot stuff going off. They tell you in the woods across the street or something. Then don't everybody ran out the door? Everybody who was in those guns ran out the door stuff.
Right.
So they thought they were gonna get some money.
So when his windshield got shot out, he confronted Kel about it?
Like, what? He ain't know. They ain't know it first. They thought MGC did. And then when I got shot.
Right. Who shot you?
I don't know. Okay. It's just shooting at the club.
Okay.
They thought MDC did.
Every man for himself out here.
Kel had told Thug baby mama who correct that he had did it. And she missed with Moontum. She told Moontum and went.
Wait, he said Kel told somebody's baby mama that he shot Thug stuff up.
Kel had told Thug baby mama who correct that he had did it.
He told his baby mama through threat.
She missed with Moontum. She told Moontum and went.
Wait, Thug baby mama was messing with Moontum?
No, Thug baby mama told my sister.
Okay.
And my sister was messing with Moontum.
Okay. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And went from there.
That's crazy.
So I'm just trying to follow you. So y'all in the dugout, they shoot up a bunch of rounds. Y'all come outside. They standing outside.
I ain't no gun.
Well, they went outside. Everybody still out there?
I don't know.
5 degrees of hearsay is exactly what I thought, Donna.
I just told you I didn't know. I told they thought it was MDC or somebody else. Kel ran his mouth to Gucci her head trying to play. And then
that's when he got back.
Yeah, she told my sister told Moontum.
Because then Moontum told Thug that it was Kel.
Moontum told Woody and Thug, yeah.
Okay.
Moontum told Woody and Thug that it was Kel through Thug's baby mama? What? Yo, they built this whole case up, their whole case off of this.
Chain and phone getting stolen out the car.
That was way before.
I don't know. When did this happen with the dugout? That was in January, right?
Yeah.
I agree, Northside. I agree. Cal told Doug's baby mama that he heard from Moonton.
In December.
Yeah.
So from that point, it was really on, like, y'all just didn't fuck with each other. Meaning, YSL and
they didn't mess with each other. They didn't remember each other.
Pausing, Your Honor, at 2:42:14, and we will advance to 2:43:13.
Yeah, the amount of hearsay in that one statement. He said, yeah, so I heard that
Sergeant, while we are advancing, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Kel told Doug's baby mama through threat that he was the one that
Did
that
you
shot
know
up his
during
car.
your interview with Mr. Zachary in August 2015, that before he told you, did you know that he was sick, as he called it?
Oh man, law
Yes.
crime's about to risk it all.
And was that with an autoimmune issue?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything about that illness that at all appeared to affect his understanding or ability to communicate with you during the August 5th interview?
No.
When you
Somebody's running
heard
a fax
Mr.
machine.
Zachary say that he had never had a problem with Mechanicsville, did you have any particular understanding, or what was it that you understood him to mean? The area, the physical location, Mechanicsville, or something else?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevant speculation.
Overruled.
I understood it to mean 30 deep. 30 deep operates in Mechanicsville.
She's
And
asking the right questions.
based on your background and your expertise as a gang expert, Woody, Shannon, and Demekion, did they have any affiliation with 30 Deep?
Yes.
Were they all each 30 deep?
The three you just named? Yes.
When you heard Mr. Zachary talking about Kel, who did you understand him to mean?
Kelvin Watts. Kelvin Watts.
AKA Shell.
Is Kelvin Watts in a gang?
Yes.
What gang?
Bird Gang, as well as Inglewood Family.
If gang?
Yeah. If Gang.
Okay. As you heard Mr. Zachary talk about the dugout, were you familiar with that location?
Yes.
And is that also the gambling house?
It is.
Where is that location?
Around Lakewood Avenue, McDonough. McDonough Street, not the city, but.
All right. And is that an area that you knew of any particular gang to hang out?
Southeast Atlanta, I mean, it's kind of no man's land.
Okay.
It's really close to the area for If Gang, but it's not necessarily within that territory.
Okay. And before Mr. Zachary told you about the dugout getting shot, did you know about that incident?
From previous interviews, yes.
Okay.
Good morning, y'all. All the evidence is dudes talking and making
We're
up
going to pick
lies.
up with the interview.
It's crazy. Uh-oh. Amy's getting ready for lunch. That's not the one I meant to highlight.
Every Monday, y'all know y'all got beef. Y'all still go to the club. I ain't go to the club like that. You ain't go to Crucial like that. But you hung out with him, like on the block. I might hang out on the block. But what I said, I ain't talking about Kevin. Oh yeah, I used to hang with. Like, I might go push one Monday, then not go next Monday if I know it's going to be something.
Right. So since you got shot, in November, right?
Yeah.
How many times you think you went to Crucial since then?
About 10. I know not.
November to January, because it closed one night.
Oh, no, not till November, January, probably like, we had went out of town. Probably like 5 times. Like 5 times? 5 or 4, something like that.
So when did you and Monson, so once he finds out from the girl that Kel did that, then what happened?
He tell Woody.
And then what?
Then Woody like, oh, alright. And then that was they shot at Kel. Y'all heard about that? Oh, MLK? Yeah. Woody and Monson shot at Kel. And it went from there.
When did y'all make
it? And then that one, make what? I heard no video you talking about.
What video I'm talking about?
Monson mad about you.
When did y'all make that?
Let me see. Monson mad about you.
When did y'all make that?
It was after I got shot up.
So sometime in December?
January. Sometime in January. Yeah.
And guess how well they verified all this information, y'all? Not at all.
So,
y'all heard Mr. Sprinkle expose them.
fast forward from December to January. So we in January now. How and why was Nut killed? If Nut, because you ain't really mentioned nothing about.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
not involved with.
I don't know what in word made them do that.
Made who do that?
People killed him. Shannon. Yeah. And ain't Nut. Lambo.
Big Nose Nard who in jail right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Doo-Wop. And ain't Doo-Wop.
What Doo-Wop look like?
I don't know. You on your IG.
That's a little Doo-Wop. Do the Doo-Wop thing.
Look at the name.
Yeah. How do you know this?
I know. Because they told me.
Who told you?
Shannon told me. Yeah, told me.
Why did they tell you?
It was at the house talking about it.
Which house?
The old house.
The new one? Or the old? His condo down there?
Yeah.
What exactly did they say?
A lot of folks can't go down behind murder, man.
What you mean?
Like, it's a big old, a lot of folks had something to do with it.
Explain how, from start to finish, break it down how it happened.
Yeah, one of the girl, her name Busha.
Yeah, and Busha was
they saw Nut
everywhere.
At the barbershop, well, they would be hanging at the barbershop in Texas on the job. They saw Nut, and D was in the car, but D got another car.
Which car were they in when they saw him?
The Infiniti G35.
What color was it?
It was, I forgot what color it was, but the old manager had rented it.
Amina? Yeah.
I forgot what color it was, but man,
was it a newer model car?
Yeah, man, Wood was in it late on that night. Okay. We had went to a little kickback.
Okay.
I thought we had wrecked it. Well, we did. We spent around the expressway.
Yeah, I was drunk.
At the bottom of it. Nah, we was just flying. It was Mike called me and him. We just flying, trying to see what it was doing.
You remember where they rented the car from?
No, I don't know what she rented from.
So Amina, you definitely know Amina the one that rented the car. So Amina rented the car for a thug.
Yeah.
Who did Thug give it to?
Who he let drive?
Yeah, who he let drive?
No, and Shannon and Dua. They supposed to meet girl.
Busha. Where were they supposed to meet Busha at?
I don't know where they supposed to meet it, but I know they supposed to know.
That's what I'm saying. How did they end up over there by the Texaco? Did they go looking for him?
They probably left the studio. I went there when they after my little niece had a party, and then Monsoon called Monsoon didn't even know. Monsoon somebody just killed Nut. And I'm gonna meet Woody at the gambling house. And then Woody was scared. Cause they chased him and all that.
So did Woody have anything to do with Nut being killed?
No.
So when they drove past the barbershop, were they specifically going for Nut, or were they going to somebody else?
They want to meet the girl.
It's a lot more hearsay.
When they saw Nut, were they saying we're going to get Nut, or was it somebody else?
We're going to get Nut.
What?
He said, yeah. That's what they were saying.
248.20, advancing to 248.33. Sergeant,
Shout out to Susan.
the photograph that I showed you earlier that was marked as 503 Yankee. Who was depicted in that photograph that you were asking Quindarius Zachary to identify?
Demise McMullen, a.k.a. Nard.
Nard?
Nard.
Okay. And when he told you, when Quindarius Zachary told you the people who were in the car and was describing Donovan Thomas's murder, who did you understand him to mean when he said Nard?
Demise McMullen.
Is that the same Demise McMullen that you looked at in conjunction with Kelvin Treadwell for the Dexter Montgomery shooting?
Yes, I arrested him for that shooting.
That poor chair. Somebody save that poor chair.
Picking up at 248.33.
How did it, what I think she's trying to ask, how did it get to a point of, you never said none of this?
Because they say it's power. They like the green like all white and 30 feet. They say nut. And nut said whoop or something like that. So I mean it's a go.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So power was like a gang meeting.
yeah.
So you saying if gang had a power
At the house that they spot on MLK.
okay, and they said that YSL and 30D got a green light, which basically means you kill him if you see him. Like
Again, more hearsay. Because Quindarius Zachary isn't even in If Gang. So how does he even know?
So why did he put that out there? Do you know why he said that?
I don't know. Cause they had never shot it. They had never shot it nut before.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you know attention, like when they killed nut, everybody like why the hell they do that to nut?
Right.
It was no attention to nothing, man.
So do you remember the exact words that Shannon told you as far as what happened?
Yeah. Like we said, caught nigga nut down bad.
You said we caught the nigga nut down bad?
Yeah.
I understand.
I like who? Like me, yeah. Nut, doo-wop.
Mm-hmm.
I like I'm telling you what kind of gun they had.
Which gun?
They had AK-72, right?
He said, you gonna tell what kind of guns they had for the murder, right? You said the AK-76. Whose gun was that?
That was Nut gun.
What else?
That a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what other kind.
Whose gun was the 4.5?
Shannon.
Dang,
You remember what
Shannon's
brand it
getting...
XD or something.
XD?
Yeah.
You know what that gun is now, or where these guns are now?
Like,
XD, I love that XD, man. That's nice,
They caught Nut down bad. They took the guns in the car to OG Bentley. You know Bentley?
Mm-hmm. Calvin Treadwell.
They gave him guns in the car.
What did he do with it?
He hid the guns and they took the rental car back.
Do you know where he hid the guns at?
I don't know he hid the guns. I know they took to his spot on Cleveland.
You know where at on Cleveland?
Yeah, he's freestyling.
Yeah, I don't know the address. It's on Oak though.
On Oak Drive?
Yeah.
So, This is all what Shannon is telling you.
That was this was both Shannon and Jack told me, but this Shannon what Shannon told me first.
So Shannon told you.
They both told me the same story though.
Right. Where were you guys when Shannon was telling you this, and what day was it? The same day or the day after?
Same night. Shannon I was walking through. I had just walked me and Mook had just pulled up at the house. And Shannon finna go to a girl house. And all the bullets was going out the gun. Like, he like, we ain't got no guns. They see Mook some gun.
Right.
Mook had a little handgun. They see Mook some gun and go to the store. Mook say, wait, I ain't got no bullet. Then that when Shannon started talking. Mook still didn't know. He didn't know that night.
Right. He didn't know that night that Nut had got killed.
Nah, he knew that Nut had got killed, but he didn't know that they did. They're like, Mook talk too much.
That's what I heard too.
And then that when Shannon
They all talk too much.
Say they was going to meet Bush, but they looked up and seen Nut. Say they had rolled back around, and then started shooting them. Shannon had nothing to walk.
So was Kale out there?
No, I don't think Kale.
Kale went out there in front of the bar shop.
Well, he wasn't talking.
I don't think he was out there, but it's just like we seen Nut.
Right, because Nut made the call for all the youngers. Because Nut had some rank, right? You know what Nut rank was?
What?
I'm asking you, do you know what his rank was in F?
Nah, it's supposed to be OG or something.
Yeah, OG. So, because he made the call and green lighted YSL 30D, he tell the other ones what to do, so they was the ones going to be coming after y'all, so it makes sense to take him out instead of
That's what they said.
a whole
Nah, like, they ain't never shot at me. Like, every game.
They ain't never shot at you?
They shot at me one time, but I don't know if that was them for sure.
Where we were?
At the park on Empire. Y'all heard about that? Y'all didn't know they had something to do with retaliation?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you saying that was them? Because we added in.
Yeah, they had.
Hey, shout out to Candace.
Had to be them. Well, I ain't know at the time until they got on Twitter and started tweeting.
Who was tweeting?
They between, stood between.
What were they saying?
Like, we shoot at them and they make a police report. Something like, yeah, they say we shoot at them, they make a police report. But they shoot at us, won't say that.
So, what did Nard tell you, if anything different than what Shannon said, like any exact words?
No, I didn't tell them that.
I mean, not Nard,
Yeah, just like, Those was going out of town. Well, he had left one out of town.
Where'd he go?
He went to Florida.
Okay. That night?
Yeah, we both went the next day, like that morning. Well, we did leave that morning.
Who all went down to Florida?
Me, Shannon, D, Woody, and Yak. And Noah had left before.
You said,
they jumped the spring back for us.
So you, Shannon, D, Nard, and Woody?
Yeah.
So y'all went down there on the
close to a
sprinter bus.
lunch break,
Who down there?
Me, Shannon, Noah.
Well, yeah, and Max Short already addressed a lot of this when Quindarius Zachary was on the stand.
Both you and the meeting y'all went to her.
So this was the next day after the murder?
Yeah.
Did you hear Nard say anything about it?
Yeah, this is Gaither right here.
I ain't gonna say that about like.
We're gonna show. Let's see how they do now.
Another time said something about we got back from Miami.
Right there.
About how long after the murder? Like what? How long were y'all in Miami?
Me, Shannon, D, and Noah, and Yak. We just stayed down there 2 days ago. We wanted to come back. They were bored. They just down there at Birdman. Wood was down there scared. Cause they were shooting up out here house. Right. He was down there scared. He didn't leave on the sofa. Right. And then them nuts, like, nigga, Wood was gonna fold. Like, what you mean? How you gonna tell him?
Yeah, cross-examination is gonna be interesting for sure. See if I can do.
Stopping at 2:55. Sergeant.
No mistrial yet, but we're we're still working on it. Y'all bear with me. I don't know why this is doing that. There we go.
Sergeant.
I want to talk a little bit about what you covered with Mr. Zachary in the clip that the jury just heard. Now, when you're talking to Mr. Zachary about Donovan Thomas's murder, had you been assigned by the lead detective to get any information on that murder?
No.
And were you at any time working under Detective Thorpe while you were investigating the back and forth shootings between YSL and If Gang in 2015?
He said, bruh.
And
To under?
Right, were you working in the homicide unit underneath him?
No.
Did you work with him in some instances? For instance, in this interview, did he come in and listen?
Yes, he did.
But did you take direction?
Oh, come on. Should not be having these many issues. I apologize, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, what is going on?
Sergeant.
I want to talk a little bit about
Blaming on Biolab? Gosh, I hope not. Let me see if it's me or if it's Law and Crime.
what you covered with Mr. Zachary in the clip that the jury just heard. Now, when you're talking to Mr. Zachary about Donovan Thomas's murder, had you been assigned by the lead detective to get any information on that murder?
No.
And were you at any time working under Detective Thorpe while you were investigating the back and forth shootings between YSL and If Gang in 2015? And
To under?
Right, were you working in the homicide unit underneath him?
No.
Did you work with him in some instances? For instance, in this interview, did he come in and listen?
Yes, he did.
But did you take direction from him, and were you consulted by him before he took out warrants on this murder?
No, I wasn't taking direction or consulting. We would share information just because we knew our shootings were direct, relation to his homicide. So if we could gain information for him as well as our own, we would definitely share that.
Okay. The Kelvin Treadwell, when you all asked Quindarius Zachary, did he mean Kelvin Treadwell? Is that the same one that was on scene during the preceding the Dexter Montgomery shooting? O.G.
Yes.
Bentley?
Yes.
Okay. And when Mr. Zachary spoke
I highly
about
doubt Fannia will be called. That would be amazing, though.
taking when he talked about If Gang having a spot on MLK, were you familiar with what that spot was?
Yes.
Where was that spot on MLK?
1428 Adele Avenue.
Now, when Mr. Zachary talked about a green light, can you explain to the jury what that means, what that was?
Yes, and in gang terms, a green light is basically giving permission to
Take
lower
somebody
ranking members of that particular gang that
Yep.
whoever's green lighted, you're giving permission for them to harm them or kill them.
Okay. And when Mr. Zachary told you about O.G. Bentley's spot on Cleveland off Oak Drive that the guns were taken to, were you familiar with O.G. Bentley's spot off Cleveland on Oak Drive?
I was familiar with the spot.
And was that a place that you would describe as a trap house?
Yes.
And this proves nothing. Because there's 11 other things we can point out in these interrogations they thought were true that weren't followed up on and actually proved to be untrue. So, I mean, what are we doing
I'm
here?
going to object to that. I'm going to object to that foundation, Your Honor.
Overruled.
They got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Now, before you spoke with Mr. Zachary, and Mr. Zachary told you that, was it that Woody had shot Cal?
Yes, I believe that's what he said.
No, there's another
Did
person
Woody
saying
tell
Woody
you
shot
he
him.
had shot Cal?
Of course not.
Yep, you are correct. Green light means do what you got to do. Man, we're struggling today.
And when you all were asking Mr. Zachary about the timeline from November to January,
She knows Woody shot Kel because somebody else told her.
why were you all
Not hearsay
interested
at all.
in what was happening from November up until January 10th?
That's very true, Mike. Mike says, why was YSL targeted in the first
We
place?
kind of wanted
have
a starting
more
point to
dangerous
figure
guys
out
in ATL.
why was everything occurring. If we could locate prior incidents leading up to it, whether it was shootings, damage to properties, collecting evidence, to see if we can just link the cases together.
Okay. The January 6th incident, were you all familiar with that before you spoke with Mr. Zachary? Were you familiar with
Yes.
anything happening on January 6th?
Yes.
And what were you familiar with?
There was a shooting. I believe it was damage to property at Club Crucial. A bunch of vehicles were damaged. I don't believe anyone got shot. I believe Demikian was assaulted
Inside Club
inside the
Crucial?
club and proceeded to shootings.
And were you aware of Yak and Duke getting arrested on that same day?
Yes.
Driving away from Club.
And this is who is on the stand. I'm going to keep showing y'all.
Correct.
Limitation clause, Your Honor, unless she was present and witnesses.
The evidence, okay.
Your Honor, the court had asked us if there was a particular spot that would make it better to break and then continue, but we can go on. I think that this is
this one?
This is one.
Okay, all right, and we're close to the noon hour, so we'll go ahead and break for our lunch. And let's.
Doug over there smiling. He's like, yeah, let me get that lunch.
1:15.
All right, there it is, y'all. I have one more thing I want to go over. And it's something that we missed yesterday. I promised y'all we were going to cover something that we missed yesterday. Let me get these super chats in here first. Shout out to Amy. She is ready to go for lunchtime. Look at her. Oh my God. She got the banana. She got the cake, the pie, the ice cream, the peach, and the banana. Okay. We've also got Candace Yates in here. Dropped the 10 bomb. Says, hey, classy beats. I'm on a break. Wanted to pop in and show some love, bro. Got to catch the replay. Appreciate you. Amy also gifted not 5 memberships, not 10 memberships, but 15 memberships over there. Good Lord. If you got a membership from Amy, make sure you say thank you for the membership to Amy over there. The amazing Amy.
Do you want to just have Mr. Atkins here at 1:15?
And then we've got Stephen O'Hara says, so
okay, well, unless he
is there a
walks in before
possibility
we
that,
break.
all right, hey, Judge Whitaker, I'm talking, okay? This is my show. Jeez, you're not saying anything. Stephen O'Hara says, so is there a possibility that the DA, Fannie Willis, is going to be called? Maybe a higher level court? This is cray. Yeah, Fannie Willis already has her own stuff that she's dealing with right now. I doubt she'll be called in this case. There would have to be some major missteps for them to have to call Fannie Willis. And there are certain things that would have to be tied to her that have yet to be seen. Oh, it looks like Brian Steele is speaking. I don't know what he's going on about. Let me see if I can rewind this. Yeah, and the internet, I know we're still having issues with the weather here, so that might have something to do with it. The internet's been acting crazy today. I apologize, y'all. And thank y'all for sticking in here too. Just want to see what Brian Steele's saying real quick. Let me see. Maybe. And then shout out to Elaine is in the building as well. Dropped a 20 bomb. Thank you so much for the support, Elaine. I appreciate it. No question. She didn't have anything to say either. Just showing some love and support.
Right.
Trying to get the internet bill
here at
paid over here.
1:15.
He was headed down,
but we'll tell him 1:15.
Okay. Well, unless he walks in before we break, we'll see you at 1:15. One quick question, Mr. Steele, I appreciate you sending the order, and with regard to that, was there a ruling made on the record after y'all argued those in August, or just this written order?
There was oral argument, and then case law cited, the Harris case was cited, and then the court had the asked me to prepare the order.
Okay, so
That's
he
my
just
memory.
said granted, or took it under advisement and later said granted? Or?
No, it was granted on the spot.
Okay.
And then wanted it reduced to writing.
Okay. All right, well, I may take a look at that part of the transcript to see if it actually answers the issue, because at the bench, my understanding is that you had said this required the gang experts to reduce things to writing and in a report, and it doesn't actually say that in this order. It could be read to mean that, but
Yeah, definitely lost some weight.
I'm just going to go back and look.
That's fine.
Unless, what was the state's understanding?
My
They got thrown
understanding
off of
was
that
that it
seafood
was
diet.
not, that was not a requirement. Mr. Steele specifically asked for that, and the court specifically said that he wasn't going to require that they do that. His understanding of the law was that that was not a requirement.
If it exists, produce it, but if it doesn't, you don't have to.
Right.
That's my understanding of the law too, but he could have ordered something else. So if the records, the transcript seems to reveal that, then I'll require that, but otherwise, I don't read the order. To say that.
Well, okay, and whatever the transcript says, I stand by the
Okay.
Harris case.
Yeah, I read it.
And it says you make it better for cross-examination, you put things in writing, you get this.
Well, what was ordered in the Harris case, though, was the notes that existed. So, anyway, I'll take a look.
Okay, that's fine. Thank
All right, so that's all we have from Judge Whitaker. Let's go to yesterday, because y'all wanted me to show this. And let's see. I think this was a good starting point. A lot of y'all know Judge Whitaker was handing out some major L's to Miss Love yesterday, and she started off the week on fire, just going at Miss Love constantly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rewind a little bit back to what happened yesterday afternoon. Thank you again to everybody who's in here. Most of y'all have liked the video already, but I want to react to this and see what actually went down, because I've only been able to find clips of it, but I want to see everything that happened leading up to Judge Whitaker. Just annihilating Miss Love. She put the finishing touches on this L day for Miss Love yesterday. She's doing better today though. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at it. Poor Miss Love. And hopefully this
I'm
is
not asking for any more reconsideration. Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's get Mr. Sprinkleback and the jury out.
And Your Honor, also before the court does, I just want to make the court aware that we did make efforts to get this video extracted and not pixelated, and it's going to be pixelated unless it's played through evidence reviewer, so we will be having to play it through evidence reviewer. We were not able to get a way to play an evidence reviewer video cleanly and plainly without evidence reviewer itself. Thank you.
Oh, dang. Are we going to have issues with this video too? I was hoping it would load a little bit better. Y'all bear with me here. just do it this way. Let's see. Oh Lord, that poor mic is getting abused over there. Yeah, this is from yesterday. The AI life hack situation, which just really pops off that Miss Love again. We got a little bit of cross-examination from Max Sharp too.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Shard, you had questions for Mr. Sprinkle?
Yes.
You can be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, Your Honor.
Yes. Oh, yes, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, so before we broke for lunch, there was some discussion with this witness about comparing Defendant Stillwell Exhibit 44, which was a picture with a State's Exhibit 510, which was essentially the same picture, and there was a little box. And I just wanted to let y'all know that there was nothing in that box at the time it was introduced into evidence, because at that time it hadn't been established what the box meant or if what was in the box could come in or anything like that. So that's the reason that there was nothing in that box. There's not anything nefarious about that, okay? All right, just want to let y'all know that. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Sharp. Thanks for the reminder.
Your Honor, permission to publish DS44?
Yes, you may.
Actually, you know what, 510Y. Do you have 510Y? Okay, DS44.
You may.
Shout out to Cookie Cooks. Says, I could watch this over and over. Yeah, me too.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
They could.
Okay, Mr. Sprinkle, I am handing you State's Exhibit 510Y and Defense Exhibit DS44.
Okay.
Okay, we can agree that that is the same picture?
Yes, the photograph is the same. The stuff around the photograph, the frame and whatnot is different.
Okay, and that photo is also on the screen, correct?
Yes, the DS44 is on the screen. That's correct.
Okay. Now, I want to get this right as far as what your testimony is. You've been to the exterior of the Sky House, correct?
Yeah, I've been outside the Sky House.
As part of this investigation or another investigation?
It was this investigation.
Okay. You've never been inside the Sky House or inside the units?
No, I've never been inside one of the units.
Okay. Is your testimony that this is a picture of Shannon Stillwell in the Sky House or not?
I believe that it is, though I've not been inside the Sky House. That was my recollection from everything I put together, that was him standing inside the condo at the Sky House that evening. But if you were to ask me, like, if I stood where he is standing in this picture, no. So I can't say with 100% certainty now.
Okay. Now, in State's 510 Yankee, I believe it is, there's a date and time on that photo, correct? On that exhibit?
Yes.
Okay, what is the date and time?
January 10th, 2015 at 9:58 p.m.
2015 at 9:58 p.m. Okay. Now, that is the date where someone posted this photo with this caption on social media, correct?
That's correct.
That is not necessarily the time when this photo was taken.
That's correct.
In fact, do you know who took this photo?
Well, there was somebody who told me they took the photo. I showed them this photo, and they told me they took it.
Okay.
It's written in my report, so if I'm wrong, please let me know, but I'm pretty sure I recall who told me that.
Okay. And were you able to determine when this photo was taken?
I can tell you, all I know is what the person told me.
Okay. You're not, and I don't want to elicit hearsay, but you're not, please keep that up, Mr. Kokomo. You're not telling the jury that this photo was taken on January 10th, 2015, are you?
I don't know when the photo was taken.
Okay. Well, you're familiar with the seasons here in Atlanta?
I am.
All right. Sunsets?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, 9:58 p.m. on a January evening. You would agree that that photo does not depict what the Atlanta streets would look like at 9:58 p.m. on January 10th of 2015, does it?
No, it'd be dark out.
It would be dark out if that was in fact the time.
That's correct. Eastern Standard Time, it would be dark out.
Okay, so bottom line is, this is Shannon, but we do not know, we don't have any information to say when this photo was taken.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, I was told when it was taken, thereabouts.
That information, I understand that we're getting back in this hearsay, that information wasn't that it was taken that day, was it?
That's correct.
It was taken another day.
That's correct.
All right. So this photo does not place Shannon Stillwell at the Sky House on January 10, 2015, does it?
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know when the picture was taken.
Your information is it wasn't taken on January 10th.
That's well, it was posted on January 10th, but I don't. Like I said, I know that's not. I don't know that it was taken on January 10th. The person who told me something else said otherwise, then it wasn't, or was telling me the truth, and it wasn't.
Okay. Let's talk about. And you can take that down, Mr. Kokomo. You can take that. Thank you. You became involved in this case in January 2016, correct?
Around that time, it may have been a little bit before that, but that was when I really started getting involved.
And I've read your report. You reviewed certain work done by other individuals, correct?
I did.
Okay. Now, my question to you is, were you provided with Detective Thorpe's file?
I was.
His entire file?
Well, I have what he gave me. Was that everything in his file? I don't know. I'm sure I asked him for everything in his file. I hope that he gave me everything that he had.
Do you have his rough notes?
I don't know that I got. No, I don't think I did. If it's not so with me, everything that I receive would be digitized. So if it's not like in other words, if I were to get something like rough notes, which if he were to just give them to me, which would be unusual, and I would remember something like that, I would have immediately scanned them anyway, and they'd be reduced to digital form. If they're not in the digital case file, then I don't have them.
How about Investigator Dennis and Investigator Gaither? Did they give you case files?
They gave me.
Sprinkle's very good.
I wouldn't go so far as to say well, I guess it depends on what you define as a case file. They gave me cell phone records that I asked for, various videos and cell phone data extractions. I remember meeting with Dennis in particular. At least it would have been multiple times, but yeah, and just sitting at his computer and him just saving things like cell phone records and whatnot to like an external thumb drive. So when you ask me if they gave me case files, it'd be something like that. It would be like data that was pertinent, like cell phone records, that kind of thing. But as far as like a completed case file, I don't know if I received anything quite like that from them.
Did they give you police reports that they authored?
Yeah, I seem to remember they did.
Did they ever indicate to you that some of their police reports were missing? That the Atlanta Police Department had lost them?
No, I don't recall. I don't recall.
Uh-oh. Come on, man. We were doing so good. Dang. I apologize, y'all.
Police department had lost them.
Internet issues all day. I think it's me.
No, I don't recall. I don't recall anything specifically about any police reports being deleted. They don't type them on a typewriter. There should be a database. I've never heard of that. I don't know how they would just be deleted. There'd be an audit trail or something. So no, I don't recall anything like that. It's not to say that nothing about like that was said. I just don't remember it.
Right. There would be a trail, an audit trail for reports that are typed in, but then go missing, correct?
Well, yeah, you would think, right? Like I said, they don't type them on a typewriter. It's some sort of database. I mean, I guess maybe I'm speculating a bit, but it's common sense.
Judge, I would object speculation if this witness can't say.
Let's talk about these videos. When you received the case file,
We're gonna get it right. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll figure this thing out.
we had a surveillance video outside the barbershop from very, very angles.
There were 2 angles, I believe. They were pertinent anyway.
I think it was 3, but I got you.
Okay.
And then video outside the Texaco.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask the same question since you volunteered that Mr. Copeland is not on the Texaco video.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Mr. Shannon Stillwell on the video outside the Texaco?
You do not.
Okay.
He wasn't there.
Now, as part of an investigation, leave you out of it. Part of an investigation is to obtain surveillance video, correct?
Yes.
And now when you take over, you said January 2016. I'm saying take over. Maybe that's not the correct word. You became involved January 2016, correct?
That's correct.
All right. That's a year after this incident.
That's correct.
Okay. Is it fair to say that over a year's time,
$536.
things can happen with surveillance video, the availability of surveillance video that would make it difficult?
Yeah, but this one's from yesterday. Like I shouldn't have this much issue loading the video from yesterday, but I'm going to fix that in like 10 seconds. So y'all bear with me real quick. All right, here we go. So let's do it this way. We're at 536.
Difficult for someone taking over a year later to uncover surveillance videos that had not been retrieved yet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Surveillance videos they're just stored on computers.
She
and
is on her way.
eventually, but they don't have infinite storage, so there's a retention period that's oftentimes very short.
Ms. Hilton, Sunday, September 29th, 1:39 p.m. Good afternoon. I hope all is well. Attached, you will find the media list for this week.
Then, Your Honor, I take full responsibility for that. I can address it. If it was sent, then that is on me. If it
All right, here we go.
was sent out on Sunday.
Okay, well, anyway. Luckily, the only person highlighted is somebody who's already been testifying, so it's not an issue.
Here. Here we go. We got it.
With surveillance video, the availability of surveillance video that would make it difficult for someone taking over a year later to uncover surveillance videos that had not been retrieved yet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Surveillance videos they're just stored on computers, and eventually, but they don't have infinite storage, so there's a retention period that's oftentimes very short. It can be 48 hours to 2 weeks, but a year, I wouldn't think that you'd be able to get surveillance video after a year from anywhere, unless the people that maintained the video just like preserved it on their own without the prompting of the government.
And in a situation like that, the expectation of obtaining pertinent surveillance video would be on the original investigators, not someone taking over a year later like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe particularly back then. I mean, maybe now with all these private companies like Ring, maybe they retain their video a little bit longer, but like a gas station where they just have the storage mounted inside their facility on like a hard drive. Yeah, you're not getting video after a year unless, like I said, they took the initiative on their own to preserve it.
And these time limits they're known to law enforcement. You know about these time limits, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's not a secret.
No.
Okay, and that's why it's important to obtain surveillance video quickly in an investigation.
Yes.
It's going to be pertinent. Okay. So, Green Store. You know that is Mommy's Grocery on Glen Street, correct?
That sounds right. I'm familiar with the Green Store. I can't recall the specific address, but that sounds right to me.
A minute from the barbershop.
Okay, I don't know if it's quite that close.
Okay. Question that I have, when you took over this case and reviewed the statements, you became aware that Kenneth Copeland placed himself at the Green Store, according to his rendition of events, at the approximate time of the shooting, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Misstatement and of the facts.
Can you rephrase?
Kenneth Copeland placed himself, upon your review of the work that had already been done on this case, you became aware that Kenneth Copeland, in his statements to police, placed himself at the Green Store at the approximate time of the shooting.
Wait, placed himself at the Green Store again? I don't know, because the thing, he wouldn't have, during his statement, he didn't know the exact time the shooting occurred. So I don't know that he would be able to say that I was there when the shooting occurred.
I know, but you have reviewed surveillance, you've reviewed the times. And what I'm asking is, did Kenneth Copeland place himself at the Green Store, to your knowledge, at the approximate time of the shooting?
So if the 911 call was at 7:22 p.m., which I believe it was, from what I recall, Mr. Copeland's tower logs placed him, cell phone tower logs placed him in the area of the Green Store starting at about 7:26 p.m.
Okay. So within 4 minutes of the shooting, he's claiming he's at the Green Store.
Thank you, Elaine. We're trying to get
I don't
it
know
together.
if he claimed that. That's just what I found in his cell phone records. I don't know if he was actually at the Green Store at that time.
Did you not listen to his statements that he gave?
I did.
His June 10th statement. Okay. Let me just ask you this.
But I just don't know if it was that specific where he said.
Yeah, y'all, I don't know what's going on with this video. I hate to do this. It's going to be a struggle. So I'm going to try and see if I can figure out what's going on, and we'll possibly, I think I'll just record my reaction to this at a later time, but we'll figure it out. Either way, thank y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody who sent in the super chats as well. It's just one of those things, man. Sometimes you got to say you did everything you could and roll with it. Shout out to y'all. Elaine in here dropped the 220 bombs. Thank you so much, Elaine, for the love. We are actually going to be back here tomorrow at the same time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another episode of the Music Morning Show. Thank you to everybody who liked the video. Let me double check and make sure I didn't miss anything in here. If y'all could and you haven't yet, make sure you like the video on your way out. Also, tomorrow night, if you are into independent artists and their music, make sure you check out the Song of the Night live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've actually got the season 9 tournament. It's tomorrow night, and it's going to be a crazy time. You're going to hear from some great artists as well. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any time that we go live. And I will see y'all in the morning. And we got a couple of videos dropping this afternoon, so make sure you look out for those too. Y'all know what to do. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Get some lunch. Keep growing. Keep pushing. Keep it classy. We gone. Peace. All right.